Man, what's going on, guys? I'm not gonna be on that long, man. Something just crossed my mind, and I just felt the need to share with Tribe. What up, Tribe? Yo, so I saw this photo, and I lightweight kind of, sort of had a thought. Toddlers say stuff online that just doesn't happen in real life. It just doesn't happen in real life. But the thing that really confuses me is why does the why do so many guys try to negotiate with terrorists? Like why are so many men with the greatest intentions, with the greatest intentions, continuously trying to explain to toddlers acceptable behavior to be with a man without recognizing they really don't want to be with a man? Think about this. 9% marriage rate, but an 80% pregnancy rate. They don't want to be with a man. I gotta argue with guys with kids in the street that talk about, man, you just got to find the right girl. But I'm like, yo, bro, you got 2 kids before you met this girl that making you happy, and I'm glad you happy for the moment. But your 2 baby mamas probably made you happy at some point too. You know what I'm saying? It's just your turn. Like, people put so much faith in these toddlers without having anything to hedge them to him. Like, they imagine the girls, and it's a lot of them out here. How many pick me's have you seen that got picked? How many Juice and Berry Hebrew Israelite girls who say that they don't mind being sister wives? So they don't mind being one of 3 women, and they can't find one man. They still out here 2, 3, 4 years later talking about they want to be a sister wife. Ain't been number one, number two, or number three. Not the head secretary, not the middle management secretary, not the secretary pool. None, none. And I'm just talking about online stuff. I'm not even talking about real life, because in real life these girls is busting. Online they the table. They all got 6 figures. They all wearing 47 filters, so they all look like the exact same woman, which is crazy. I swear to God, bro, there is a photo of a girl in um, a Walmart cage, like the cage that you normally have, like the beach balls in, but ain't no balls in it. It's just her in the cage, and the price on top, if I'm not mistaken, say $39.95. That's kind of hilarious, actually. I swear to God, bro, I have slept with that same girl at least 7 times. Not that particular girl. I don't even know the girl on the photo. But every time I look at that photo, I'm like, yo, I know 7 girls look exactly like her. But they get online and they talk about how they want to be wife material, how they're a great woman, and how they can do basic skills, but they want to be, want to be respected for it. I can cook. Oh, that is a voice.
I can cook, I can clean, I can split up.
You're supposed to cook. You got to eat every day. It saves money and you make it how you want to make it. You're supposed to clean unless you want to live with roaches. You're supposed to take care of your kids. You're supposed to take care of your hygiene. These are basic things. All the things they want to be congratulated for are things that you would teach your 8-year-old child how to do, probably younger than that. And then things that are traditionally men things.
I got my own money. I don't need a nigga money. But if he got money, he gotta have more money than me. Cause I got money. Why would I fuck with a nigga with less money? Cause I got money.
Then people have these panel discussions and they bring these toddlers on the panel. And you have all these guys who are trying to convince a woman how to be a good person. Just a good person. They think it's about how to be a wife, a good person. And she can't get that right. She can't figure it out. When she in the wrong, she'll get all sweet and dainty. She'll go from, because before I even go there, let me say this, man. I'm gonna show y'all something, man. Because I was looking hard and long about this. I was really thinking about this, and not just today, but just generally speaking. I think about this like all the time. I don't have a problem with women. I just don't believe that women come in black, right? I just don't. Everything that black women thinks make her a strong woman is masculine stuff. I just don't think they come in black. What makes you think that the women that you are trying to talk to have any inkling on how to be a teammate, how to cooperate with others? What makes you think that? Perfect example, and I've been thinking about this for years. How many women team sports do you see? Coordinated team sports do you see black women in? There's actually a photo for this, man, but the image is a bunch of soccer. But soccer is a good example, though. But how many American black women do you see playing sports that you have to have? First of all, you got to have a swimsuit. You got to have a swimsuit. In order to be a good female sport, you got to have a swimsuit, whether it's gymnastics, track and field, swimming, whatever it is, volleyball, whatever it is. If she's wearing boy shorts, she's masculine and she's not following instructions anyway. I promise you that. I promise you that.
Mamata?
Perfect example. WNBA would be an organized women's sports. Do they look like they call plays? Do they look like they follow plays? I can show you a WNBA reel right now. Do they look like they follow plays? Do they look like they have a coach that tell them, man, somebody curl, and then, man, you spot up? Do they look like they run plays? It's just five lesbian chicks running back and forth, missing layups. I don't even count the WNBA as a team sport because they don't play as a team. They don't even get along with each other. Who really gets along with Liz Cambridge? She quit the NBA to be an OnlyFans model. Who really get along with what's the chick that chopped the titties off that we swapped out for the Merchant of Death? Um, y'all know the Merchant of Death chick. Who in the WNBA really get along with her? She cuffed the girl from the NBA, took care of that bitch, 2 kids, got divorced within 8 months. Now she paying child support for 2 kids from a because the chick that she got married to slept with her ex boyfriend. Simp behavior. This is what I want to show y'all, man. Any photo that I click about women who actually play as a team, and I don't even think these are good examples. I don't think soccer is a good example because the score be like 1-0 and they play 90 minutes. But you're not gonna see more than one black girl. Not in any team sport where you have to cooperate and you have to call plays and you have to be able to be on your assignment and people count on you to be on your assignment. Now, on the flip side, I will say the lingerie football league is a female team sport and it's awesome. So that's one, but they're not gonna have it on here because the LFL they stay naked, bro. They stay tackling each other, pulling each other panties down. And that's why I love that sport. That's why it's the greatest American sport. Lingerie football, greatest American sport. Look at all the things they consider team sports that's not team sports. Tennis is not a team sport. Track and field is not a team sport. Even relay races are not a team sport. I have run relay before. It's the four fastest people. The only thing they show you, I'll turn the audio up. The only thing they show you in track and field is how to pass the baton correctly, how to run at such a pace to pass the baton to somebody else. That's not necessarily, I mean, other people count on you technically, but honestly, bro, oh, my mic was all the way down, bro. Y'all right. My bad. Honestly, bros, that's not really track and field ain't really no hell of a team sport. You don't have to you individually practice. Gymnastics is not a team sport. You're on a team with other gymnasts, but all of you do individual things and then they just add a collective score. Show me a sport. I'll give you another one, but I don't know if it's a sport. Cheerleading. I see black girls cheerlead. I haven't seen, and I've been looking for this for years, bro. Outside of basketball, which is a masculine sport, and they really don't play organized. They do overseas, but not in America. America don't really play organized basketball, not the women. I don't see other female sports that have black women. They may have a black woman, but they don't have black women. There is no, you can't show me a photo of anything besides girls dancing where you'll see girls cooperate. Girls dance, man, dance routines, cheerleading, all that. You can't show me an example of women unilaterally using teamwork on a consistent basis, practicing teamwork. So why do you think that they would be great partners for you? They can't even be great partners with themselves. I don't understand the argument that black men have. And I dropped the link, man. Y'all can feel free to come up, man. I dropped the link. I'm just chopping it up with y'all, man. Until my man called me and tell me it's tequila time. But how do I deal with modern day society? I'm not sure what I I'm not sure what you mean. I think modern day society is phenomenal. I don't know what you if you mean just life in general, or if you mean these toddlers, but I don't have a problem with the time we live in. The time we live in is probably the most fruitful time in global history, at least for the next 3 or 4 years before um, BRICS comes through and makes competition for the U.S. dollar. But I think it's one of the greatest times in history, as long as you team up and do the work. As much as people complain about racism, racism is a feeling now. Person calling you bad names, nigga, sticks and stones, man. Nobody really putting lighting lighting crosses on your front yard. I grew up in the late '90s, man. If you from Chicago, you know what I'm talking about. We had real race wars in Chicago over toddlers, of course. It was always over some pussy.
Mamata.
Can't go to Humboldt Park. Black boy go to Humboldt Park, get chased out because the Puerto Ricans don't want you sleeping with their sister. Go to 98th and Avenue O, or go to 26th Streets for those who look at gangland, the 26th, 26th Street. The county jail is right in the Mexican neighborhood. The Mexicans used to shoot at dudes while they was coming out of jail. It was crazy. You couldn't go here, you couldn't go there. The white boys had Ambrose. Um, the Mexicans had Kings. It was just crazy. But now it's sweet, bro. Nobody fuck with you. Money everywhere. You can get legit money. You can bullshit and make money. I don't have no problem with the modern time. What's going on, free?
Hey, what's up, Dirty? Hey, when you go back to South Dakota, man?
I won't say never, but that's not my next plot. That's not my next move. My next move is either Montana or New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Yeah, either New Mexico or Montana. I'm having problems with irrigation in New Mexico, so I don't know if that's gonna be the move. But I like the weather. Montana get cold, but it's water, so I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay.
I know why you asked me that though. When am I going to escape back to freedom? Get up, back off the plantation. I know why you asked me. I'm gonna get off the plantation. It may not be Hold on, let me get back off the plantation, man. You know, I needed this, bro. I needed to be oppressed for a minute because I needed time to think. My hate right, hate makes you great. You know, hate makes you great, man. I don't know. I don't know why more men don't hate righteously. Hate is wonderful, bro.
A good motivator.
Love and hate are an emotion. You know why hate make you great? Because love changes you, but hate helps you change the world. You gotta hate something enough to change. What's going on, Roy? Maybe y'all can
Yo,
answer. Why do y'all talk to toddlers with clothes on online?
I do not, sir. I don't know why. Man, I think you know why, because they just like doing it, man. Maybe all having all these chicks on the channel on the panel, they just, I don't know. I don't get it, but they enjoy it.
They gotta pay me $40, man. If I gotta pay $40 for sex, they gotta pay $40 for arguments. Ain't no free arguments. Cause that's what turn them on. They don't care about their body. They just care about arguments. They put anything in their body. They just want to argue. You gotta pay me to argue.
Indeed.
What's popping? Oh man, is that Norbit? You got Norbit in the shout out to Norbit. What's going on, Royce? How you feeling, man?
Hold on. Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah. I got Norbert on there. What up? What about how you feeling dirty?
Folks stopping the gang banging, but maintaining.
Yeah. What up, Freemans?
Yo.
How y'all feeling tonight, man?
I'm good, man. I was sitting here studying. I saw Dirty was on. I was like, hey, let me come through.
Yeah, man. Cause I just
Yeah, Dirty is he's a lot of YouTubers' favorite YouTuber, man.
I know, right? But I ain't got no numbers. Everybody, I'm like Jada Kiss, man. Your rapper's favorite rapper can't sell no album.
Hey,
Like
or like
the
Patrice
Patrice
O'Neal.
O'Neal of the space.
Yeah,
Right,
A
basically.
comedian.
this is just what annoyed me, guys. That's all, man. And it's
Yeah.
not even about this picture, man.
All right, so what we talking about tonight, man?
It's not really about the picture. It's about the dude who posted it. Because I like him. I think he's a very talented, very intelligent man. I'm sure y'all familiar with Alex Art. If y'all not familiar with him, you're familiar with his artwork, right? And he posted this, and he was like basically telling guys to walk away from women with unrealistic expectations. But that's every goddamn toddler from the age of 2 to the age of 102.
Right. Yeah, just sell keys and be in charge of merger and acquisitions at JP Morgan. Can you
Yeah.
handle that?
Yeah, yeah.
You
So
talk about how she did it all on her own.
right,
But really she did it on taxpayer courtesy.
man. Look, a woman that can't follow a man has to depend on 4 men. So just please believe anything she says she did. It was 4 dudes helping her, and she gave them no credit.
Of course.
Anytime you see taking them selfies from the airport, if she cute, she ain't pay for that flight. Anytime she at dinner taking pictures of her meal, she ain't pay for that dinner. How are you on
No, sir.
vacation at the beach with a full body photo, but you by yourself? Who took the photo, bitch? I see your head to your feet. You ain't do like this. Oh my God, I see you posing. Like, who you with? All they do is
Oh,
lie.
that's my friend.
If she talking, she lying, especially with clothes on, man. I don't understand why I don't understand why black men are so inclusive, so open to their enemies.
What do you mean? Like the women or?
Period. Okay, check this out.
Well, I mean, if you're not, I'll put it this way: if you're not built for power, right? If you're not interested in that at all, you're not going to have that mindset of one upping someone or climbing the socioeconomic ladder or whatnot. It's just kind of like I'm doing whatever.
So
You
now
just not.
let's go with that. Not to cut you off. Let's go with that. So at what point do you bring back slavery? Because free will ain't working.
Man, honestly, I promise you, I think America is going to be a lot more technocratic, and I think once the culture kind of graduates from like trying to fix black people or trying to atone for slavery and all that, man, it's gonna be hard out here, like hard, because no other group is like, hey, let's save people, let's give poor people money, in particular. You know what I mean? After America graduates from that, I think it's just gonna be a lot of tough luck. You better find a fruit to pick because we ain't got nothing for a year.
Right, right.
I definitely think that's coming. So yeah, it's like slavery by other means, or basically, they're just cut off the tap. We're gonna stop paying poor people to be comfortable. That's it.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. If you ain't got your money right, it's gonna be ugly.
I don't okay, here's the thing. I don't I do believe they pay poor people to be comfortable, and I believe that Tyler's gonna complain about everything. I believe both things to be true, right?
Mhm.
You got free housing, you complain about the quality of the free housing that you have. That's a strange flex too, by the way. That's it's a strange I'm just saying it's a strange flex.
Yeah.
You're
No,
renting
that's true. That's true.
$15 and you hate your community. That's a strange flex.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, who's that? I saw on social media the other day some people, some workers at a Dunkin' Donuts walked out because it was by I think Dragon Con, and they were like, "Oh, those guys are getting paid $15 an hour, this and that and the other." And I replied with the robot emoji, "Fight for 15." Just go ahead. Just go
I
ahead.
said that 4 years ago. I say, man, $15, you're not gonna be able to afford employees. $15, your kids are gonna carjack you because I can't, as an employer, pay the pay 3 16-year-olds $15.
The thing
Nah, you
is,
can't.
the thing is, the big corporations, they it doesn't hurt them. Who it hurts is the small business owners. It hurts people with them mom and pop restaurants, the mom and pop establishments, because they ain't gonna be able to afford that. And really, if you have to pay employees $15 an hour in these restaurants, the costs are gonna be passed on to the customers, and the customers ain't gonna be wanting to pay that. Don't nobody. I mean, you look at what is it? U.S. Cellular Field in Chicago, or whatever they calling it now. You paying $16 for a hot dog with no mustard. That's crazy. Now imagine mom and pops happen to do that. It ain't gonna work.
I, not only do I agree with you, but you kind of blew my mind because I don't pay for anything. I like live free in this world, bro. I just network well. Like last time I went to Sox Stadium, my homegirl, and I did say homegirl. Like niggas be thinking I hate women. I try to warn men don't listen to women. Girl, Tyler's gonna title. My
Yeah,
I'm scared of men who listen to women because they gonna kill you. She gonna cry and get you. I need you to know better. I don't need her to know better.
yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Mhm.
But my homegirl, man, she worked at Pepsi, and Pepsi is sponsored the Sox. Let me tell you something. I've only been to one Sox game. It was a home opener. It's like 2 years. Nah, this before COVID. So it's like 2019, 2018. Only time I've been to a Sox game, bro. Because I don't like baseball. It's slow. I was like, I don't want to go. I don't drink beer. That's all I ever saw him do is drink beer and eat $16 hot dogs, right? But when Pepsi paying for you to watch the game, my nigga,
oh yeah,
bro, hot dog, what? They had Italian beefs. You know what I'm saying? They had pizza. They had Heineken. I didn't even know. I guess Heineken might be a different sponsor. Pepsi might not own Heineken. But they had Heinekens. They had that with that Lufthansa beer, that lemonade beer, because that's owned by
yeah,
Heineken apparently. You know what I'm saying, man? We drunk. I don't even drink beer. I drank beer that day because it was free. Man, then when it was closing down, they were like, man, we can't take it with us. You know what I'm saying? We're going to tailgate the Bears game. You going to come with us? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm coming with y'all. They was like, man, we can't take the food you want. Man, I'm like Santa Claus, man. I got like Italian beef, man. I had a pair of cargo shorts on. I got Heineken in all the pockets of the cargo shorts. My pants falling down. Good time, man. I
Man,
couldn't, I couldn't
man, that
afford.
happened to me with a Bears game. Every year they have a salute to the military, and this is when I was still in. So I was one of the people that got chose to come out there on the field and do my little salute and everything. And they put us in a skybox. And they had home run in pizza and all kinds of stuff, Italian beefs and a whole bunch of different kind of liquor. I was like, oh my God, I am too poor for this, man. I was a straight up glutton that day.
Yeah, man. You got to go to a skybox and feel like an American. You feel like a real American when you're in the skybox, man. I ain't.
Oh
Gonna,
yeah,
I think the Sox lost that they home opener that year 9-1. I ain't care. I was four. But all right, here's the thing, man. Somebody asked me something about the dating market. Man, look, here's the thing, bro. Oh, that ain't it. That ain't what I meant to click. He said the dating market is like digging through a wet trash can. Here's the thing. That doesn't matter. I'll tell you why it doesn't matter. I'll tell you why it doesn't matter. Because I believe in slavery. I'm a true fan of slavery, of being a slave owner, right? I'm a true fan of not paying for nothing, right? Pay enough to not pay for nothing. My grandmother told me that a long time ago. You work hard in the beginning so you don't have to work.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So pay the money up front so you can buy slaves, right? Set it up so you can buy slaves.
Shit, that's what Antonio Johnson did.
As he should.
Yes, sir.
I don't like, even though I believe in the basic tenets of what damn, the pimp dude that turned to a pro black damn, what's his name? He a big YouTuber too, man. He into it with Tommy Sotomayor. They always arguing. What the hell is his name?
Who, Polite?
No, not Polite. Not
Oh, Tariq Nasheed.
Tariq Nasheed. I can't get with Tariq Nasheed message. Number one, because he doesn't do shit. He just tells you shit. But number two, because I don't believe in women. I don't believe in the value of women with clothes on. Do they have a value? Yes. Do I believe that value? Here's the thing, and this goes back to me showing y'all the sports thing. Something I didn't realize until those South Dakota and Iowa and Texas trips, right? Even Ypsilanti, Michigan. And I was hanging out at Eastern Michigan University fucking with the white girl. Something I didn't realize until I started fucking with non-black girls. Number one is respect. Even if they don't like you, they respect you, right? Number two, though, was cooperation. This is what I mean. Black women can fuck you or they can help you, but they can't do both. I'm just being honest. She could be helping you for 2 years. She your certified CPA, nigga. She do your taxes every year. Fuck that girl, and then year three, she'll forget how to count.
Don't you better eat not black? Why you always want me to do something? You see the man, you supposed to be doing something.
Shorty been doing my taxes last 2 years. I got a great story. This is how, because I've always been like this. This is no new shit. I got a little cousin. He talked to a Mexican girl. This had to be 12 years ago. This had to be around 2010, 2011. Some chubby Mexican girl holla at him, mac him down, right? He hanging out with her. But she a Mexican girl that like black boys, so she act black, right? But then again, all liberal women are black. But anyway, so she taking him out. She taking them to Illuminati's for pizza. Illuminati is an expensive pizza for those who don't know. It's pretty, as far as pizza goes, it's pretty expensive. Like
Yeah, it is.
ain't nobody paying $40 for a pizza. It's a pretty expensive pizza, but it's good. It ain't always $40 good, but it's good pizza. She taking them to Illuminati's. She taking them to authentic Mexican restaurants. She buying him weed. She getting them drunk off cheap liquor. They just hanging out. He was like, "Cuz I got one." I said, "Listen, cuz, do not sleep with that girl. Give her no dizzle." I said, "If you want to let her suck you off, maybe. Do not penetrate that girl. She is not. This ain't that. I'm telling you, I didn't rode that truck." Called me one day, like 2 weeks later. "Man, cuz I bent over behind the dumpster in the alley, man. I finally got that cooch." I said, "Man, you fucked up. Don't worry about it. You'll see." 3 days later, man, I've been blowing her phone up. She won't even answer my phone calls. I said, "Man, I told you. All she was trying to get you was the dizzle. She got the dizzle. Now she's straight." You know what I'm saying? It happened to me before, but I wasn't mad about it because Shorty was ugly. But I had Shorty fly me to Vegas, pay for my room, all types of. Didn't give her no dick in Vegas. Flew back to Chicago. She feed me. I call her. She'll drive an hour out just to bring me something to eat. I wouldn't even let her in my apartment, nigga. I'll go out to the car, nigga, sit in the passenger seat, eat with her, talk to her, and never get a dizzle. She called me one day, nigga. One day I was drunk as a skunk and bored. And this is so crazy. I was drunk as a skunk and called her. She drove an hour out to come fuck with me. By the time she got there, I fell asleep. I woke up at 3 in the morning, called her back, like, "Shorty, where you at?" She said, "I waited in front of your crib for 2 hours." I went back home. I said, "Well, I'm up now." She drove back.
Whoa.
I gave her a strong 90 seconds. I went back to sleep. She left while I was sleeping. Never talked to her again. I was like, "Shit, that's what it is." You know what I'm saying? They can help you or they can fuck you, but they can't do both. That's just not how they built. If they do both, that's oppression. This is how crazy it is. If their job is to help you, because they at work, right? If you the manager and they work under you, their job is to help you. They're assisting in the labor of your employment. That's their job to help you. If she fuck her employer, she wants to get off an hour early. So now you can't work. You understand what I'm saying? It's not even like you fuck me for a promotion, to get better health care, to get a new name tag. You slept with me so you wouldn't have to work.
Swap the time off.
That's the exchange. Hey, to them that kitty cat is currency in their mind, and it's really, they think it's their right to, they think it's their veto power. You know.
No, they don't. I understand what you're saying. To an extent, I get what you're going at. You're right. But I don't think they think it's their veto power because they give it away so freely. They think that you care about. They don't care about their body. They don't care about their body. Look at all the stuff they stick in their body.
Yeah.
They don't care about their body. How many forgettable dicks do they have? You know how many times I've been forgotten? On 2 occasions, I know I got forgotten during the process. I told the story before about the girl that was riding me, and while she riding me, she telling me how she would never cheat on her man. She don't know why he thinks she'll cheat. I didn't want to tell her that she was currently cheating because I ain't want to break out shoes. I would never cheat on him, and I'm like, I don't count because she doesn't like me like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not relationship material to her. I'm a cool, funny dude to her. I'm not a replacement to her man, so I don't count. That's why I don't ask girls how many guys they've been with. They're gonna say 3 guys. They ain't been with nobody in 6 months. I decide because though many times I don't count. So
Yeah.
they don't care about their body. I've never believed that girls control the access to sex. Never. I can make a girl sleep with me. I can tell her to sleep. I don't even foreplay no more. Man, so to take that shit off. If I can't get it, I'll call her homegirl. I was trying to sleep with a girl in Danville before. Had her down to her panties. I'm wrestling too. She was fine. I'm pulling. She pulling them up. I'm like, man, quit playing with me. She wrestling for her. Her phone ring. It was her cousin. Girl, I'm over here wrestling with this nigga I met at Paget's. Oh, that cute nigga at the door. Girl, give him some pussy. You show girl, yeah, he was cute. She pulled her own shit down. Go ahead. She didn't even control her own body. Her cousin controlled her body. Girls do not control the access to sex. Girls only control the access to regret.
Yeah, well,
Meanwhile, men don't control the access to relationships. Women really control relationships. Men control sex. It's the other way around. If I ain't hard, sex ain't happening. She ain't got to participate. Girls lazy anyway. But relationships, who leave who? I've never seen a man that was with a girl more than 30 days. I ain't gonna say never, but it's rare a man with a girl more than 30 days and dump her. You know what I'm saying? You smash 2 or 3 times in the beginning and don't call her back, or you stick it out, even if she a miserable bitch. You just be like, man, I'm gonna go home to the ball and chain. Men don't really leave women like that. Women control the access to relationships.
You know what?
that's
Yeah,
one way to look at it.
yeah, yeah. I think so. And with the way they allegedly turned down all these marriage proposals, I gotta say you got a point.
So then when I tell y'all, I don't believe women come in black, but I do believe slaves come in black. I believe that black women want to be slaves. The only thing is they also want to be second worst. So they want men to be below them to do all the labor. Here's how this how little women know about cooperation. All of you guys have had jobs before. I know everybody on this stream had jobs before. When women can't do a job, do they ask other women or do they try to find a man to do her job?
They try to find a man. If there's a man around, they're gonna try to find a man.
At what point do they cooperate? Because they don't even cooperate with you when they ask you to do the job. It's not like they assist you doing their job. They just sit back like, "Did you do this?"
They stand back and supervise.
I don't understand these debates. I don't understand black men. Why black men are so inclusive. I don't.
Because they put black before the men.
Yeah. What you got in that pipe, Dirty?
Man, like the regular pipe tobacco, man. We can smoke crack, but Biden never sent me my kit, bro. I ain't gonna buy the crack and the pipe. He gotta meet me halfway, man. I'm smoking what you smoking in a different vessel, man.
Yes, sir. All right, so let me ask you, what you think gonna happen with this mayor Chicago got in the next year or so, especially with Kim Fox announcing she's not gonna run again.
I had a chance to meet the mayor, right? We didn't really talk like that. You know, all my life is revolved around free food, right? That's why I went to the Sox game. But I ended up going to a chili cook-off and ran into the mayor. The chili was free. Shout out to Free Chili. Shout out to Real Men Cook for their Father's Day chili cookout. Shout out to Real all them.
Yeah, I got invited to participate in that a few years back, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them, man. I was over there taste testing chili and ran into Mayor Brandon. Here's the thing, bro. Going off of how he showed up there, following black women, and the whole time he was there, trying to capitulate to black women at a men's event. Real
Right.
men at a men's event capitulating women. Um, I don't. I think the only thing about Chicago, because Chicago is black Mecca, right? Harlem is black culture Mecca. But when it comes to black politics and black religion, Chicago is black Mecca. We got Jesse Jackson, we got Louis Farrakhan, we got black mayors, black everything. And outside of downtown, and they messing up downtown now. Outside of downtown, Chicago is basically the Wild West, right? White people don't care. And you know why white people don't care? They care about the taxes and they care about um, the minimum wage, but they don't care about the municipality. You know why? Because they cut their grass.
All right, go deeper, bro.
Man, I talked about it on the stream earlier, but I was just saying, man, when you look at communities run, when you have a community run by women, and you tend to have violence in yards with no grass and litter, and it tends to be that, right? When women are the loudest voices in your community, you tend to have that. You can literally cross the track or go under a viaduct, and that next thing you know, you're in a Lithuanian neighborhood or Mexican neighborhood where men run their homes, and all of a sudden you see manicured grass, same houses, same style, same prices, just a different environment because only men can commune in unity. That's my whole point. Women don't never commune in unity.
True.
Yeah, yeah. And they love to fight outside.
Till they naked. Now I like that part because girls fight until they naked. Girls don't just fight; they fight until they take each other bras off. Some for some reason they never wearing panties, but they wearing, you know what I'm saying, some type of cheap dollar store leggings. So they rip off the leggings, coochie popping out. And once again, it goes back to girls not caring about their body. Have you ever seen these naked girls fight in the street and they felt shame?
No, no, can't say that I have.
I've never seen a girl butt naked with one old navy flip flop on and be like, "Hold on, let me wrap myself up." They just keep fighting. Then after the fight, they talk shit like,
That's like that chick who's at Zion Williamson when they did that reveal thing, and then they kept showing pictures of his baby mama. She was up there, all hanging out in the street, fighting. Same thing. Just bitties all over the place.
Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad. You got to laugh to keep from crying, but it is what it is.
nah, here's the thing, man. They want to be abused. They want to be slaves. And that's why I try to talk to the guys, and guys think I'm being hard on the women. But girls like abuse. Girls like discipline. Everything that a girl says makes her empowered is something that she wants from a man. If I just watched a video earlier, man. Let me see if I can find it. I just watched a video earlier, a chick talking about if she made $100,000, her man got to make 110,000 because if he the man, he got to have more money. And that same frame of mind, in if you broke, then you don't need a 6-figure dude. You just need a nigga with $40. You ain't got shit. I mean, if that's the game we playing, right? It's a black men tend to listen to women when women say what women want. But women don't know shit. They don't know what they want. They don't know nothing. They don't know a motherfucking thing. Anything they think they know, if it sounds logical, they got it from a man. If it worked, they got it from a man. Think of the idea of a woman listening to her mother and her grandmother. Think about that. Think about that. Think about women who say they want a man like their dad or their granddad. But when you know the psychology of it, granddad was really cuckold for grandma. Think about the cuckold. Think about the fuckery. Check this out. Think about this. Think about the fuckery. This. You 17 years old, 18 years old. You find a girl that you like. You're broke. She broke. Both of y'all poor. You decide to go to the service or somebody pull you into the factory, bust your ass for years. Because you like this girl. She ain't doing shit. Maybe yeah, she doing a little something, but she ain't doing shit. You bust your ass, you buy a house. You work that job for 30 years, you pay off that house. You retire from the factory with your pension, but you still can't sit still. So you get a second job while you still getting your pension. You know what I'm saying? From your first job. Now you a greeter at Walmart or some shit. You're about 50, 60 years old now. Right? Selling newspapers or whatever the fuck you do when you that age, you just don't want to be in the house. You want to be productive. In that house, over the course of that 30 years, you raise your children. Then your children had children. And through all this shit, 30 years of you paying off this house, getting his and her Buicks. I don't know why old niggas get his and her Buicks, but it's always his and her Buicks. I don't make this shit up, nigga. I did not. I don't know who told him Buick LeSabres was hot, but it's always his and her Buick. You done bought several cars, bought a house, raised some kids, put all the furniture in and all the food in the refrigerator. And these little motherfuckers come to your crib. These little crumb snatchers you call grandkids. Come over and say, you going to grandma's house. Nigga,
Yep.
you out your motherfucking mind. The way that they marginalize men and see them as beasts of burden, as slaves, and then say, I want a man like my dad or my granddad. They really saying, I want a slave. I want my own pet.
Yeah. Man,
True.
I can't even dispute it because you see it every day. Shut up, go to work, and work yourself until you die. And leave Big Mama the pension.
That's a crazy dynamic. And for what? For love? Because you love the girl at 17? That's crazy.
Work yourself to death for a woman that side eye you all the time.
My sister, I talked to my sister today, earlier today. We don't talk that often, but I spoke to her today. And she was talking about she heard from my mother that my my father's father, my paternal grandfather, was a bum, and my grandmother on the low was the one paying all the bills.
Wow.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because I know their story. They were born in 1919. I know their story. Children during the Great Depression. I know their story. My grandfather wanted to drive trucks because truck driving was a great profession, but they wouldn't let black people in. They made my grandfather drive trucks as an intern, damn near for free, in order to break through the industry so that he could provide for his family. During the course of that time, my grandmother got a job at a school as a lunch lady or something, and they were getting help from his father-in-law, my great grandfather. That man was trailblazing. They took a man that did some trailblazing shit, then left from truck driver and became one of the first black Cook County sheriffs. They took a man that was a trailblazer in a time in which you couldn't even have babies in a hospital. You had to have birthing centers because they didn't want colored kids in the hospital. And marginalized that man to he had a wife, and at some point in time, his wife had to help him out during the bridge while he was trying to do something big.
Dang.
This is what you're dealing with. So once again, if you're listening to your grandmama, your mama, this goofy bitch, there's ever since the end of slavery, black women have been trying to help white women to take men down. There was
Yeah.
there was something called the Black Women's Coalition Club or something like that. All the great feminists were in there. Madam C.J. Walker, Ida B. Wells, all the bitches that knew how to write. Even though I don't know how they knew how to write because they just came out of slavery. All of a sudden, all y'all know how to write, but don't worry about that.
Well, they had to help the masters' kids with the homework.
So all these writing ass bitches started a club to hate men. They created their own little pamphlets to hate men. They went through Jim Crow, where black men's work was seasonal because a lot of them were into agriculture or construction, which are seasonal jobs. So during the off time, same way my grandmother did for my grandfather, during the off times they had to normally do housekeeping duties for other families, menial work, waitress, something like that, to help hold the family down while that man is going through an off season. During the course of that, they're hanging around white women because nobody can stop a black woman except a white woman. White men can't stop black women. Y'all keep asking the government out there, white men can't stop black women. They never could stop black women. Only a white woman can stop a black woman. That's just facts. Look at if y'all really look back on all the slave movies y'all ever watched. If y'all watched Little Kizzy in Roots, how she grew up with that little white girl and learned how to read because she helped that little white girl with her homework. And the white girl went back to school, came back, and Kizzy thought it was sweet, like they were still friends. She was like, "Little nigga, grab my bags." Only white women can stop black women.
Yeah.
It's true. The only advantage that white men have over black men as far as that goes is at least white men delete they women, man. At least they go through the full alpha. They take them down. That's after not being able to stop her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Drove that man crazy to death. You know what I'm saying? Do a double deletion because he couldn't stop her. White man can't stop women.
Not at all.
Only people that can stop a black woman is a white woman. And
Yeah, they lost what? They lost Augusta National, gone. Got put on Ritalin for a generation. You know, ain't nothing going on, right?
so white women saw how black women was checking their man and was like, yo, I want a piece of that. Feminism Feminism was written off the pamphlet from the Black Women Coalition Club, or whatever the fuck it was called, of 1908. Because you know they culture vultures, man. You know white people don't invent nothing. They just acquire. And they acquire feminism from black women. It's like, yeah, we want to check our man too. And everybody keep telling white men, oh, y'all started this feminist stuff. Y'all need to stop it. They can't stop it because they can't stop women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But black men can stop women. They just don't. But they can.
I mean, got Clarence Thomas, did the solid on abortion.
I've been a fan of Clarence Thomas for 15 years now.
Oh yeah, I was a fan at the hearing. Like, that high tech lynching line. I was like, that is so true.
I've been a fan. When we were kids, all you heard about Clarence Thomas, he had a white wife, like that was a bad thing, and he drunk Coca Cola with pubic hair on it, and then they popped out with Anita Hill from wherever she came from, and that's all you heard about Clarence Thomas. Is that he drink Coke with dick hairs on it, and he got a white wife, and people forged their whole identity for Clarence around those two random things, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
He was against affirmative action. And then as I got older, I was like, I'm against affirmative action too. And
Yeah, when you really see what it is, it's like, oh no, man, get rid of that shit.
yeah, man, repeal the 19th Amendment while you at it. Quit letting girls vote. Quit letting them work. Quit letting them vote. If Clarence said that, man, we should have the ability to make it on our own merit, that's not a bad message. If women,
No, no, I don't think it is either. I mean, black men were making it on their own well before affirmative action. Right? Black men were graduating from MIT and working for what would become NASA in the 50s. I mean, we were already doing it. And that's why black men were pressed over affirmative action going away. Who was complaining? It wasn't black men.
Thing
Not unless
is,
they worked for MSNBC or something.
yeah, and the thing is the main black men that um they that complain about affirmative action, how it is in its current form. They don't know the real history of why it exists in the first place. It was never meant for women, let alone white women. It was meant for them for fighting and dying in all the wars of this nation. But as soon as they got it, they said, uh, let's let's give Miss Bertha, let's get her in these spots. And now Miss Bertha and Miss Brenda is the same people getting them fired uh, um, from her spot in HR, using that to get them fired from these jobs.
only black men can turn this around. Y'all understand that? Only Tony and swarthy men can turn this around. Because the same laws that allowed them to do what they did came from exactly how you said the laws of the made for men. My heroes are gay people. I love gay movement, man. I don't like the tea part, but I love gay movement, bro. I love it, bro. I watch them, I study them, I appreciate them.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, I was telling somebody this last year because they was complaining about how these gays, they got all, they able to get all this stuff. I was like, instead of getting mad, understand what they did. They unionized behind a cause. They got it turned into a minority with special privileges, and they went and got political power. They put money behind it, and they bought the politicians that they needed to get their agendas pushed. They did everything that Claude Anderson talks about. They did it all. It's like, if you want to study strategy and you want to study how to put a movement together and how to actuate it, they are the model minority group.
Ain't not a minority group, man. I pee on girls. Ain't no fucking cause for me. Look, it's a sexual group, man.
Yeah, but you got to
No,
identify
no, 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 no.
under the alphabet.
No, you ain't got to identify under the alphabet. That's not what I get from it. But I get what you're saying. The reason that it was a movement that worked is because it was a movement of men, by men, for men. I don't know why they keep marching out these little bitty women talking about gay rights, because girls ain't gay. They just rude. They spit on each other for 2 years and come back pregnant. You're not.
They got behind women because it's you can't say certain stuff to a woman. You can't ask a woman her weight. You can't ask a woman her age. You can't say certain stuff to offend a woman. A woman, and especially a black woman, is the perfect shield. If you want to push an agenda and have somebody say something utterly stupid with great confidence, get a black woman to do it.
Stupid with great confidence. Shout out to that.
It's the truth.
So what do I say to that, man? Ain't a show go past. I don't say girls are dumb. Look, this is,
Oh, that is so true.
but here's the thing: women are just the brand ambassadors. They affect absolutely nothing in their move, right?
Right.
Because if the truth being told, you're not worried about lesbian women. Hell, I'm a straight man, and occasionally I watch lesbian porn. I don't feel gay about it at all. You know what I'm saying? What you worried about is that 6'3", 305 truck driver dude with a full beard wearing a granny dress with a lace front. That's
Yeah.
what I'm scared to go into the girls' bathroom.
Yeah.
Quit showing me these pretty little white girls going into the boys' bathroom.
I ain't seen one yet.
I saw one. Nigga, I was in the club. I took a picture of it. It's on Instagram somewhere. Man, I saw one. She came. I was in a club Axiom over there where Red Dog used to be. That bar that was on the first floor. Red Dog was like in the back, like you got to go through an alley. But
Yeah.
that bar on the first, like in the front. We in there, man. I'm taking the piss. Shorty just in the bathroom, just in the mirror. I'm like, Shorty, I'm like, yeah, girls can go in bathrooms now. I was like, I'm gonna go in the girl bathroom, and I did. And let me tell you something. This is what I learned that day. I learned she was dumb as hell for coming in the boys' bathroom. Like, you go in the men's bathroom, bro. They got 2 toilets, 2 urinals. They got like a piece of steel or some type of metal that they polished that's supposed to be a mirror, and 2 sinks. You go in the girls' washroom. These bitches had chase lounges, little fucking couches. They had a vanity set. I was like, ain't no way in the world I came to the boys' bathroom. I had all this.
Yeah. And then in the men's washroom, you can't you can't, if you got to take a dump, you can't really take a dump because it's like dudes go in there and they take a piss and cartwheel at the same time, or spin in circles.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man, look. Girl bathrooms is lit. I bet. I've been to a girl bath. As a matter of fact, I went to the girls' bathroom at the doctor one day, but that was an accident. I, I had to take a dump anyway. Once I was finished, I looked up like, damn, ain't no urinals. And as I'm walking out, a woman was walking in. I was like, oh shit.
Thanks, Obama.
But yeah, man, it's the reason the move works. The move will work without the movement. The movement is for social acceptance. The move was already in play. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They wanted the social acceptance because they wanted to be married. And ironically enough, I want a civil contract. Their civil contract was better than marriage, but they don't see it like that
No.
because they wanted a
No.
tax break. Man, I don't care about no goddamn tax break. But
They wanted that, and they wanted to be able to stand in front of churches and get the status of being recognized by the Christian church. That's really what it was. Because, like you said, the civil unions were actually better.
yeah,
And what's funny about the civil unions, with all of this stuff with a lifetime alimony being threatened and women getting hit with child support and stuff, now they want to go to civil unions and then now they want to have prenups and post numps and all of that stuff. All of the stuff men have been talking about for years that they have been shooting down. Now that they're starting to get a little bit of that pressure, they want all of the same stuff. I heard a woman on a TikTok the other day talking about women need to go. They need to do spiritual marriages and not get state marriages because all because of the alimony issue.
Yeah, it don't matter. That spiritual marriage thing, it don't matter. because once they get a divorce, you still going to divorce court. They had divorces before they had state marriage. First divorce in America was like in the 1600s. That whole skip the paperwork thing ain't working. Not
Yep.
working.
Guess what? The state gonna get his money, so
Exactly.
they're gonna divide your stuff up and get
Yeah,
that
man.
cut.
Actually, you can give
Laws
you
on inheritance, things of that nature. That's always going to exist.
you know what? I disagree with that. I think it'll always exist as a default. As a default. I also think that most Americans are functional illiterates. What they say, 70% of Americans are functional illiterate.
Mm.
So they go off default systems. But you can create a new system, and we did with the Marriott Secretary thing. You can create a new system and do your own arbitration because it's a corporate agreement. Why can't I be corporate? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what rich people do.
Yeah, man, it's nothing. It ain't no big thing. Hey, we got I am in a, what's going on, man? I don't,
What's up, Dirty?
What's up, Jules?
What
What's
up,
up, Raven?
Jules?
What's up, Mr. Royce?
switch the name, my nigga.
Jules, just call me Jules.
Hold on, real quick, man. Shout out to the XL Pro for the $5 cash out, man. Gratitude, sir.
I gotta tell you got to keep doing your thing. You hit on a lot of good points, and it is funny and true at the same time. And it hurts that it's funny because I know that you're speaking truth, and people do laugh at it, but because it's like comedy, everything that is funny has a lot of truth in it.
Truth is funny, man.
You point out a lot of the paradoxes and the contradictions that a lot of people hold, and it's good to hear someone clearly state it, but it's almost like a nervous reaction to hearing the truth.
All I do is take the love out, bro. That's all I do.
Yeah.
I don't love no motherfucking body. My dad
Yeah.
told me this morning I'm an orphan, nigga. I don't love nobody.
Yeah. And not many people are used to hearing that.
I mean, he's being sarcastic, but still, I don't love no fucking body. I love my brother. I don't love.
Well, I will say that one of the best things that black men did do throughout this country was really just try to succeed and exceed expectations. There's a lot of them that did. And y'all were talking about that NASA stuff earlier. That Hidden Figures movie overstated how many black women were in there. It's not that there weren't, but there were a lot more black men that were in that, just because a lot of them were pulled out of the military, and a lot of them through the military were put through higher education through they put them in through Tuskegee, Hampton, Howard, all these HBCUs, and they put a lot of these pilots, engineers into that industry, right? And a lot of those guys wound up doing big stuff. They didn't always get the funding, so they weren't always able to corner the market in certain areas, like especially IT. They could have had, I mean, at a certain point, black men could have literally controlled the IT market, because the main people who made the WWW were black men. There were like 4 or 5 who were engineers who came out of NASA, or out of the Marine Corps, but had worked with NASA as well. But they couldn't get that funding to get that solidified. So there's a lot of black men who have been around, but it's that economic factor is the thing that escapes it. But it's not the lack of ambition and the lack of drive.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, I know somebody who works for NASA, a very cool dude, man, living in Alabama, man. Well, he's from Alabama. He works for NASA. And right now, that's what I was going to give him a shout out. Here's the thing, man. You are what you worship, right? Well, you are what you practice, but you normally practice what you worship. So you're looking at a cultural problem, not a color problem. I believe that men are awesome regardless of the color of the men, right? But I also believe, one of my favorite movies is Crusty, right? Old ass movie. But I remember seeing it as a small child, and then I seen it again quite a few times as I got older. And the thing that stood out to me was, and I understand Russell Simmons was a fucked up, he was a cokehead, all type of stuff, allegedly a pedo. But he went to his dad and said, "Dad, whatever you're gonna give me for college, I want to start a business." And his dad said, "No, you need to go to college. You can't be an entrepreneur," even though he was already promoting parties and things of that nature. I think about um, how they're trying to defund the only all boys schools now. Black women, are
Yeah.
trying to defund all boys schools because boys are succeeding too well without women.
They know some of the other side of that success.
Hey, Billy.
Adios, adios, Keisha. Oh, he can read. He must be stopped.
What
He
if why
must
is
be stopped.
why is that nigga reading? Yeah, man, it's way out. It's way out.
Imagine a paradox, right? Because I don't type how I talk. I talk how I talk, but I type like a dude that has college degree and wrote 9 books, right? Imagine girls saying they sapiosexuals, but they get mad if you're smarter than them, which defeats the whole point of being sapiosexual.
Right.
But they'll fuck dirty folks until they find out I don't have a parole officer, and then I lied to them, and I'm a liar, and they mad they gave me the snap. I got a video on that too, somewhere in here, man. I don't think I deleted that one. I had to delete like 600 videos to get monetized, but I don't think I deleted that one. Yeah,
Wow.
that literally happened to me, bro. A girl told me if she would have known that I never did a murder, that she never would have gave me no ass.
Wow. That's scary.
It's crazy, right? Like,
And that's
just
2003. Y'all looking at Bootsy daughter, and today somebody said I wish my dad was a trapper or something. Bro, that was 2003. Like, nigga, I thought that truck came from selling dope, and I thought you was a killer. I'm like, bitch, I'm a mortgage broker. I pay a note.
That's crazy.
yeah, exactly.
That's what
She
you
thought she thought you didn't know where your birth certificate was.
right.
You don't even know what his birth certificate is.
And I played
Uh,
all type of
that comment will live on forever.
Man, I tell you, social media was the worst thing that ever happened to the American black woman because you see the stupidity they say and do in real time.
I think it's the worst thing that happened to America. I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it's the worst thing that happened to black women. But I will say this: the pandemic was the worst thing that happened to black women.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything they've been showing since the pandemic is the same stuff that social media been canceling me for because I've been telling them since like 2011, like, bro, that's just a lie. That's no, it, you know what I'm saying? So it's easy to cancel. It's easy to cancel men for telling the truth, but it's hard to cancel women for living a lie.
Well, I mean, do they really want women to, live in the truth? Because them living in a lie, they have to maintain that lie, and it costs money. And so it's really feeding into a woman's lies and delusions is big business. That's how people like Oprah, a lot of these cosmetic companies, plastic surgeons and stuff. That's how people get on. Look at Derek Jackson, sell lies to a woman and engage in her delusion, and you'll get rich. It's big business.
I
I
mean,
want to say
it's a
that.
billion-dollar industry.
I
It's
want
a
to say that
billion-dollar industry.
because girls get on my nerves. Every time they talk, they get on my nerves because I know they lying, and they be mad at guys because guys don't know they lying. I want to show y'all something real quick. You know how many women on social media say they make 6 figures and they need a man that make at least 6 figures to match their swag?
Yeah.
I'll show y'all something, man. The,
I
me-
need a nigga with 6 figures.
the median wage for black women in the U.S. is $36,000.
Right.
Here's what I want to ask is, what is their median expenditures for the month?
I don't even. Hey, look, bro. Look. Anyway,
Because
I
I mean,
don't.
like, I know.
No. I just want to, because I want to show you the documentation because I don't want y'all to think I'm lying. Do I need to make this big?
No, you're not.
No,
Nobody know.
I've looked at the stats before. I know
Look,
exactly where you're going.
Anybody who knows this information knows this, right? And I have one relative. She makes 6 figures, right? But when she walks through her expenses, she is at the red line. She's everything she brings in, she spends,
Oh,
and she thinks she can live this life of abundance, but she is not putting anything aside for savings, retirement, investments, anything. When I look at her, what she puts out every month is about 9 to 10,000 every single month. And when I see what it brings, it doesn't make sense. And I'll say like, I make more than her. My expenses for the month about 3,000, maybe 3,500, because I know what I need to spend, and it's like utilities, mortgage, insurance, all that type of shit, all those things put together, because I know what I need to spend, and then the rest of it, savings, investments, subscriptions, stuff like this, like some cash apps, join memberships and stuff like that. And it's like I know where my money needs to go. And when I mention something like, "Hey, you got a 5%, 10% 401k, why don't you match it?" And they just look at it as that's money I can't spend. Like they think about it in a very different way. And I'm like, no, that's free money. that basically makes your salary, instead of 100,000, makes it 120,000 or 110,000.
Girls can't count. Welcome to the Dirty Folks Podcast. Girls can't count. I say it all the time. Girls can't count.
They don't care. They just don't care. They think somebody's gonna wipe it up.
I think that was you, Dirty, that said they don't understand money. They understand having stuff.
Yeah, they just want stuff.
Yeah.
They don't want money. They just want stuff. Because here's the thing. Women are a series of holes. Their entire body are holes. And they need to fill these holes. But they got so many holes, they're a sieve. So everything they pour in, it just pours back out, right? So they got to keep replenishing themselves. You have never heard a woman that says that she loves herself or knows her worth, that worth wasn't attached to something external. Some trip, some dick, some car, some purse. To know her worth is really what she's saying is she knows her price because she knows the price of the stuff that she likes.
Yeah.
Dang, great analogy.
Girls are just dumb. They're just fucking dumb.
Dang, that is so true. I know my worth. She know how much that bag costs. Oh, that is so true.
There's 117,000 black women that earn more than $100,000 a year. There's 15 million black women on subsidy.
Yep.
Exactly. So where are all these 6-figure women at?
They on panels. They on YouTube panels telling you they know they
fantasy land. They're in fantasy land, but they're just dreaming. I know a handful. I know a handful who are actually making money and doing the right things with it. Most of them are like bulldaggers who they basically think like men. The few that I know who have the benefit of like they're women, but they're not full on bulldaggers. They just spend. They make money, but they just spend it all. They just burn it up.
They have jobs just over broke. They make just enough money to buy some clothes, eat lunch and dinner at restaurants a few times a week, and to buy gas money to go back and forth to work. And a lot of
that's the
them don't
most.
manage to, yep, a lot of them don't manage that well.
40 to 50K working customer service, managing a customer service portal. You know, I will say this. I do know a couple that are former military, like Air Force or Navy, and they'll get like special GI treatment. But when you look at what they did in their service record, they were moving furniture, they were moving luggage around, but like nothing serious. But they still get preferential treatment.
And they don't want them jobs. That's a whole nother conversation because now they didn't open up combat roles. And I was when I was in the Illinois Guard, I was actually a mentor for the Ranger indoctrination program, and they spent like 2 years trying to recruit female soldiers just to go through the pre-ranger to go to ranger school, and none of them wanted that. They don't really want them combat jobs like that,
They
you
don't
know.
look, bro. They don't want a job. They want to sleep with the boss so they can go home early.
Yeah.
Look, bro. Y'all know my pet peeve is Home Depot. Bro. I say that shit all the time, bro. I don't understand why so many black women work at Home Depot in the black community just so they could be that by the cash register. Y'all don't build shit. Why all the buildings outside?
Houses be raggedy. That the houses that got left down from Paw, or they're paying rent, making somebody else rich.
Man, those pawpaw houses, those are long gone from tax sales. Long gone.
I know the girls that got paw houses, but they fucked up though. They don't know how to fix it. Porch
If they
mess.
still got them, loose stairs, loose
Oh,
banisters,
loose stairs,
window
loose uh,
plumbing shitty. The window rafters are falling apart.
All the
Gutters are
caulking
falling
is
apart.
going off everything that should have caulking on it.
Yeah, water's
Been
flooding
going
the
for
basement.
years.
It's a mess.
grass never.
Holes in the wall where they didn't get mad and threw some. Been goofing around too much and bust a hole in the wall, and that never gets fixed.
And y'all know this. But people think I'm crazy when I say they need adult supervision.
Yeah.
They think I'm being mean or being funny, but I'm like, I'm dead ass, bro. They need adult supervision. And they know they do, but they don't want the discipline that comes with the structure, right? Because they know they need adult supervision. That's why every season is stepdaddy season.
Right.
But they want a soft dad. They want somebody like Paw Paw. You understand what I'm saying? And somebody just give them money and attention. They don't even want the sex like that. The sex is an introductory offer.
Right. It's the bait.
Yeah, it's the bait, man. I've been in long term relationships with girls who say that they don't want to have sex. I was like, shit, either we fucking or I'm fucking, but nigga, you can lay there like you been laying there. You got the easiest job anyway.
Right.
I'm not going not fucking you right here, nigga. That's what you here for. You know, they'll break down like, all right, well, hurry up and go to sleep. All right, bet. Shit. You ain't gonna tell me what you not gonna do, nigga. You can tell me what you not gonna do. You ain't gonna tell me what I'm not gonna do, nigga. I'm gonna do because they don't control their body, and I won't allow it. I ain't sleeping on no couch. She can sleep on the couch. I ain't sleeping on no couch. I ain't doing none of that shit. I don't understand, guys.
Right. I don't know how that's a thing. How was that ever a thing?
How did we go from a man buying a house and a woman getting a sewing room to the house belongs to the woman and you get a man cave? How did that happen?
Well, the women of this generation do not see themselves as the stewards of that man's money. They see it as, give me that and let me spend it.
Right.
And it's a very big difference between, all right, we have 3 kids and this man makes, let's say, $80,000 for the family, and they live in, just outside of Pittsburgh. That woman 50 years ago, that equivalent, she would have said, all right, well, we're going to make this money work. And I'm going to get the coupons. I'm going to get, I'm going to darn the socks and, find good deals at the Marshalls at the time. TJ Maxx of the time. I'm going to find the way to make this money stretch out. These women don't want that. They would take that $2,000 budget for the month and say, I'm going to go buy a bag. And then these kids going to have to find themselves a way to eat. It's a matter of me versus us in the family. And it's very sad.
Yes, the
Yeah,
culture.
they
Home ec. That's a foreign concept, right? Budgeting for the family, being a steward of the home. It's foreign, dude.
You know why?
I got rid of home ec when I was in high school.
That's crazy. Men are best sis anyway. We don't need home ec. You know what's crazy about that scenario we just said? You know why they do that, right? Hey, shout out Freeman, man, for the $5 cash out. Gratitude, sir. My bad. Shout out to Julian for the $10 cash out. Gratitude. Hey, so this is why they do that, right? Because this is women live comparatively. They're competing with other women for imaginary attention. That's why they do that. They don't do it for men's attention. They do it for women's attention. Right?
right, and they'll tell you they'll tell you they don't trust and get BBLs and mommy makeovers and all. They'll tell you they don't do that for men. They do that. They say they do. I do it for myself, but they really do it for the approval of other women. When them getting married is not about building a family, not about being a helpmeet to a man. It's about the attention on them. And like even when you go back to I believe that was Freeman was talking about the home ec. They don't like home ec because that takes away. It puts they don't women don't believe in investment. They believe in being paid uh, a fealty. That's why you have the concept of what's called fiefdom, offendom, where they believe that they should just be paid money and given stuff because just because they are them. This is why they like the welfare state so much. This is why they're pushing so hard to get student loan forgiveness because in their minds, I'm a woman, I should have this anyway. This is why socialism is so appealing to a lot of them, especially the younger ones, because they look at it as I'm being given something for simply being me, for simply being present. And this is why they expect men to pay for dates. You pay for a date because you're paying for my presence and my time. It all goes back to that. This is why they don't invest in their homes. This is why they don't invest in their relationships like they should. This is why they don't invest in their kids because you have a woman with a master's degree whose kid is reading at a third grade level. They don't believe in investing in them kids. They believe in investing in themselves.
She got a master's degree in education and that kid reading at the third grade level.
Right. They love to tell you how we're the most educated, but you got the dumbest kids in America. You would think that would uh, that they would pass the ability to learn and the ability to achieve academically onto their kids, but they don't because it's just about them. Going back to that whole thing with Ice Cube when he was trying to talk to the both the political parties to do something for black people, and them hoes with cocktails was like, no, we need something for black women, especially because they see themselves as a separate group who should get their own stuff just for them. That's why they're trying. That's why they're trying to cut off the funding to these all boys schools. That's why they shot down my brother's keeper because they want everything to themselves only.
I agree with everything you said, and I agree with them. I believe that everything that they say they deserve, they should have. Um, I call it a secretary pool, but you can call it a brothel. I don't care. But I, I believe. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. First of all, the only thing I'm going to disagree with is I believe that dating is a social media construct. I don't believe dating is real. I think y'all made that shit up.
Well, if you look at the original meaning of it, they tried to change the meaning to make themselves look better. But if you look at the history of dating, dating was for sex. It was basically for women to screen men to see who would be suitable sex partners. What they did was they murked up the waters and they combined it with calling on and courting and all this other stuff to make themselves feel better. But the pain part is still there, and now they don't have to give up uh, they don't have to give up the sex if they don't want to, and everybody's fine with it.
No, I'm not fine with it. Even if I believe that dating was part of the courting process, I still think dating is an artificial construct that probably existed when we had rotary phones, but I don't think exists now that since free nights and weekends. Ever since free nights, let me say this: the purpose of meeting a woman, wherever it is, coffee date, wherever you go, is to get to know her. Y'all sit across from a table and you talk to each other and feel each other out. That's what the phone for. What the fuck I gotta look, bitch? Call me at 9:01. I got free nights and weekends. We gonna talk from 9 to 3 like we in high school. I'm gonna kick my feet on the wall, we land on my back, looking at the ceiling fan. We're gonna fall asleep on the phone together, and that's gonna be like, goddamn, and now we boyfriend and girlfriend. We're gonna take this shit back to junior year of high school. I do not have to pay to see you. I saw you when I hollered at you. Dating is a
Right.
social media construct to meet someone in real life that you interacted with online. If I met you in real life, bitch, I'm already here. I mean, if you want to call IHOP after the club a date, that's cool. But I was gonna get something to eat anyway because I'm drunk as shit. I need the pancakes. Nah, man. Nah.
They deserve nothing.
I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. And I know I'm getting older, and the older you get, the slower and fatter you get. But man, I can't. I can't see myself doing anything for a woman that I wouldn't do for a man first with clothes on. I just can't see it
With clothes on.
with clothes on. And I do a lot for people, man. Like, man, I always talk about I go out to get free food, but it's the reason I get invited. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, it's a one-side relationship. It's symbiotic. I do a lot for people, but I expect something in return. It doesn't have to be a equal exchange, but I mean, I did this favor for you on Monday. Think about me on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Invite me to the cookout. I'm cool with that. Women want me. I talked to a girl. This is 2011. 2011. Fucking with this girl. I told her, I say, shorty, we're gonna get this bread. It's gonna take a couple days for the clear the spit. Say, man, I would rather you give me $1 today than promise me $100 on Friday. I say, shorty, you move like a stripper. She say, well, shit, whatever. But it's the instant gratification for them
Yeah.
because they're
Yeah.
drug addicts. They're dope fiends. I'll tell you why they dope fiends. I'll tell you why they dope fiends, and it's men's fault. It's men's fault because men are the dope providers with the dope dealers, right? When I was translating the Akdas, right? The Akdas is our Bible because I switched religions. I ain't want to have shit to do with black girls. I'm like, I ain't even gonna worship the same God as these bitches. You know what I'm saying? So I'm translating the oral religions of America. And the name of the book is not the name of the religion is not the Akdas. The name of the book is Akdas because Akdas means the holy word, holy and pure word. So basically Akdas, same thing as Bible. Bible means the good word. But I'm translating the Akdas from all these oral stories that I'm picking up here and there. And I started trying to translate the word for romance. Romance is romance in every language. Romance is the most consistent word in the world next to no. Come to find out, what romance means is when Constantinople uh, started the Second Holy Roman Empire in Turkey, in Istanbul, they did the architecture under Roman architecture, so they wanted to look as or like Rome, because that's what ANCE means, right? As or like romance,
Right.
right? So it was Roma, because that's what they call it over there, Roma. We put an E on it, but they should get an A. So it was Roma, and it was to be as or like Rome. What it meant is a nostalgia, or a nostalgia or on a fix. So it was like every time you get it, it's an endorphin high. The way they describe, y'all can look it up, man. Y'all got Google. The way they describe romance is to chase a high. I'm like, yo, that's what these chicks do. They always chase a high. That's why they saying shit now. Like, you can't take me on a regular date. I need a $300 date. Bitch, this $300 steak ain't gonna taste no different than this $12 truck stop steak that I'm about to eat. It- Men who never. My only problem with the passport, bros. I don't mind a person having a passport. I got passport. My only issue with the passport, bros, is they're leaving to run away from women to find other women. And I can't conceive as a man constructing my life around that, around bitches. I just can't see it. If they told me like, yo, I want to go out there because for whatever reason, any other reason besides I'm looking for a girlfriend, I could roll with it. But then you're not a passport, bro. You just a dude with a passport going overseas to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this: the biggest problem with the passport pose thing is that the face of it for about a year was Austin Holloman, and I don't have anything against him. He was a 26-year-old young man who became the face of a thing, and he made all the mistakes that a 26-year-old young man is going to make
Was
in
he?
public
Yep.
I thought he was
in
not.
4K, and everybody got to just take a dog shit dump on him. And I'll say this, like, he's been to probably 20 countries, right? I've been to 30, 35. All right. Women are always around. There are more women outside of the US than there are inside of it. There are more black people outside of the US than there are inside of it.
Oh,
There are more black people outside of the US, outside of the continent of Africa, than there are inside of the US, right? Like, you go to the Caribbean, there's 50 million black people. There's 50 million inside the US. You go to South America, there's about 200 million black people. There's only 50 million in the US, right? You go to the Middle East, there's almost 20 million black people throughout the Middle East, right? You go to Europe, there's about 20 million people throughout Europe. Black people, I'm just saying, right? You're going to find black folks all over the place. It's just harder to do that on your own as a young man, and no one's guiding you through it. And how do you act? How do you listen and watch the population that you're trying to exist around? Because they have a different culture than you are. And you are an American, and you don't realize you're American until you leave America. And I
Yeah.
don't think he left America until he started going on these passport tours. Because I could tell you, he made a bunch of fumbles, and I won't hold them against him. I'm glad he's stretching his legs. But a lot of young men need to do that in small steps first, hopefully with their father, who also has a history of going outside of the country, being comfortable in different environments, learning different languages, understanding this is a different culture. You got to make friends. You got to have relationships here. And then those people will help you get what you need. And it can cost you as little as, $50 a month in certain areas that you help certain families that will bring you into their family and expand your reach, right? Just by little things. And because America is a lot more transactional than people think, and material resources, but a lot of the rest of the world is transactional. And you care about me, you did spend something for my family, but we will show that and expand upon that, and we expand a full relationship.
Yeah, man. Free food, man. Free food all around the world, man. Food is love. I got a one of my mentees right now is in Japan, and we're working on getting a some popping, man. We're about to, we taking the tribe international. Um, but I told him when he got there, I said, man, before you do anything, don't tell me about no girl. I said, wherever you go, find the hood. Go to the ghetto. Every place got a ghetto. Go to the ghetto. You from Chicago, nigga? Go to the ghetto. Find out where the cheap food is. Talk to the guys. The guys will tell you everything you need to know. The girl's not going anywhere. They'll be around. So now he has that routine. Go to the hood, meet people, find out where to be at, where not to be at, stay off the tourist trap food. He doing all right.
Sometimes it's country by country though, because I know like Paris, you could go to Paris and it would feel like Chicago. Like there's parts of
Yeah.
Paris, like, as in the outer suburbs, that are they got the barbers, they got the jerk chicken spots, because there's a lot of Africans and a lot of Caribbeans. Like it feels like it could be like Chicago, like New York, like Miami, right?
That's anywhere, bro.
But certain places like Brazil, I've not been there, but
I haven't
it's
been
a lot more clannish. So if you go up there, you need to know somebody to go in there. So it could be like deep inner city, inner. Like you have to be in you have to be given a pass.
I still do some Chicago shit. I go down that game bang and playing Chief Keef. Here's the thing, man. No matter where you go in this world, you're gonna find two dudes from Chicago, one dude from Detroit, a Mexican somehow with a food cart, and some nigga from Nigeria doing a scam. You'll find those four people everywhere around the world. No matter, all you got to do is identify them. The two Chicago dudes, the Detroit dude, they keep you out of trouble. The Nigerian dude will tell you where to go and what not to do by what he's doing because he's gonna get locked up. And I don't know why the Mexican there, but the Mexicans is everywhere, bro.
Everywhere cooking everything.
Cooking everything everywhere with a food cart. It's gonna be a Mexican. My man it was a Mexican with a food cart in Osaka, Japan, my nigga. I said, what the fuck is it? Really?
Mexicans gonna get money wherever they land. Cook or cook.
Yo, I can't make this up, bro.
Bro. Oh, snap.
I put his ass on the line right now. He over there, nigga. Nigga, it was he told me because he was telling me about Balu, because I had never heard of Balu. He's like, man, I went to the Philippines, got some Balu. I was
Oh,
like,
God,
dude.
no.
I looked it up. I was like, all right. Then he was like, man, I'm about to go get some. He's like, I'm about to get some sushi and some tacos. I said, from where? He's like, yo, it's a Mexican with a food cart. I said, what?
Mexicans do not play around, boy.
That's hilarious.
Can't knock. Look, bro. That's when I tapped out. I was like, you know what? Mexicans need to be number two.
The Mexicans and Chinese, they gonna hustle wherever they at.
They're already number two, dude. 20 some odd percent of the nation. White people squandered it, bro. Squandered it. I was watching what is the Cosby Show? I was watching just a rerun of the Cosby Show, a few weeks ago. I was like, God dang, just wasted it, man.
Yeah.
They gave it away. They gave it to women, and women shopped it all. Shit, it was just said, man, 100,000 a year broke every Friday. They gave it all to women. Women gave it all away, and then asked men to give them some more, and then told you didn't build nothing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, such is the fate of a matriarchal culture. It's a dead end. What else you gonna do?
They're sending them up for slavery, and what I'm trying to get guys to understand is we can be slave owners. I could teach y'all how to syndicate slavery. Don't make me no leader though. I don't want to be no leader. Just take the system, roll with the system, roll with the logo. Don't roll with me. Don't be like, man, dirty folks. Nah, nigga. Just roll with the logo.
You gonna get me on international racketeering?
No, I mean I give it you. You're trying to inspire men to do some of that stuff, but the online gender war stuff is it's kind of a lost cause. I find a lot more humor in it than anything. Because
it's hilarious. It's hilarious for a little bit, and then you got to go find something else to do because it's a circular argument at this point.
When Kevin Samuels was alive, I used to be invited on the Clubhouse because I had a cousin she was real big on those like gender war topics, and she would invite me on. I was like, nah, I think he's largely correct in his assessment. I don't think he's going to accomplish any of it, but I don't see myself getting into any of these situations with these type of women. I don't think they would appreciate me. And she would just flip out, and all these women would be wailing and gnashing teeth like they were in the 7th level of hell. And they didn't see it as, I was being reasonable and looking at it. They saw I was attacking them, as opposed to I was just looking at What's my situation? What's their situation? How's this gonna work? And I just looked at it as like a spreadsheet. As you know, what's the liabilities? What are the assets? What's the net income? Like how's this gonna benefit anything? And they just wanted me to not look at it in that way. Just look at it with emotion, with feelings. And I
because
feel
that's how
bad
they
for the
get you.
kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel bad for the kids, but look, I know how
Yes,
you
nigga.
can turn a boy into a man, and if you're not gonna back off and give me the space, then I'm not gonna serve as your wallet and your pleasure principle.
Fuck
And
them
these women
kids.
just love it. They
If I
they
got some
want
kids, I
that
didn't
dude.
know about fuck them kids too. If a kid somewhere like, oh, was you in California in 1998? I'm your 22-year-old son. Fuck you too. Fuck them kids.
Yeah, man, I can make a boy into a man. I just realized these women don't want that. They want the boys to be
Fuck
their
them kids.
emotional punching bags.
They want a
Precious and
walking, talking, working pet. They want a pet male.
Them
Yeah.
kids. I've never seen anybody get a thank you card after they played stepdaddy and broke up with the mama. Your own kid is your step kid. Because if your girl leave you, you might never see your kid again. Fuck them kids. Fuck them nigger kids. Fuck them nigglets. If you want a child, make a beige baby. I endorse that. When we tribe, that may be what we do. Native American, not even Native American, alcoholic ass bitches. You know what I'm saying? Mountain women, illegal Mexicans. We'll work it out. Fuck Keisha kids, nigga.
Hey, their body, their choice, their responsibility, their kids.
Fuck them kids, nigga. I remember breaking up with a girl. We was together for years, man. We broke up. We broke up and she left her kid behind. I said, God damn. She came back. Took her 2 weeks to come get her son. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, I know he was alright. I know you love him. I missed him more than I missed her, though. I ain't even gonna lie. Motherfucker, it's been goddamn damn near 20 years. I ain't got no thank you card yet. Like, man, you got me through my childhood, taught me how to play basketball, showed me golf. I ain't get a thank you card. Fuck them kids. Fuck my kids. No, don't fuck my kids, because they my kids, they mine. But if I don't have custody, they her kids. They either mine or hers, not ours. If she got custody, fuck them kids. Fuck them kids. I just open up the plantation. I catch them either coming or going. Either y'all slide through because we do a boarding school, or y'all slide through if they let me do a prison. Either way, I'm gonna get some slaves. It's gonna be student workers, interns, or prisoners. But I'm gonna have slaves. Fuck them kids.
Yeah, man.
And I love children. That's the fucked up part. I love kids. But with a black girl,
Yeah, like I say, them kids and their mothers belong to the state. They belong to the corporation. They belong to the institution, and they belong to the streets. You know,
in order.
if she had the kids and she wasn't in a marriage, everything she belonged to, they belong to, and her and them kids, their last name should be whatever state she get the benefits from, or whatever corporation she worked for. If she worked for 3M, her name need to be Keisha 3M. If she in Illinois, her name need to be Keisha Illinois.
Hey man, I do not disagree with that, sir. I promise you, I don't even disagree with that. I Online not the real world, right? Online is cool discussions about niggas that don't know what the fuck they talking about. But for instance, right? America being, and I'm about to roast the guys real quick because they getting on my nerves, and they probably in the chat. I don't care, man, because y'all shouldn't have put me in that stupid ass Facebook string. Anyway, there are guys. A lot of men know this ain't right. A lot of men, and I'm hoping we can get the boomers out of power before I'm too old for my dick to work. But a lot of men know this isn't right, and men have their own way of trying to create a solution. But unlike the gays, because I like those men, pause. Unlike the gays, they can follow another man. I mean, they cannot follow another man. They can't. they can't figure out the best ways and means to do it in order to create that movement. And what I've realized watching the gays is you only need 15 or 20 people. It could be the same 20 people and just get it popping. 20 people in a Facebook social media ad campaign. Because at the end of the day, man, and once again, my guys don't care about the shit I'm talking about right now. My real life guys somewhere right now under somebody or over somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because they've already given up on the love portion. You know what I'm saying? A divorce or two will do that to you, right? But they having fun. They with a girl right now. So, and they know what I'm talking about. They just think it's too daunting of a task to just build from scratch. Because they got liabilities. You know what I'm saying? They got kids. They got, they bought homes. Mortgage costs. We got to do this for the youth. You know what I'm saying? It's always about the kids. I like the way the gays is getting the kids, man. I like that. I like how they getting them like 8-year-olds and teaching them how to be gay.
Hold on.
Are you talking about the indoctrination or the end result?
Indoctrination
That's a
part,
big.
not
Yeah,
the,
you got to clarify that. 'Cause
yeah.
I understand it as
yeah,
indoctrination.
yeah. I like the fact that they found a way to get into the system and get them young. I don't like the indoctrination that they're doing, but I like the point at which they
The idea, the idea, the mechanism behind it,
like they're doing everything right.
the
I ain't gonna-
strategy.
the gay until they'll have to go to war with the T's, which they're trying to do, but they can't because too many women support the T's. They let their girls get out of control. Even though I've seen some Karens pushing back, but besides the T's part, they've done everything right. This is not an overnight thing. This is something that they planned since 2009, that they launched in 2015 and went balls to the wall. But this is 40 years in the making. We grew up on Three's Company and Too Close for Comfort and Spin City and all that. They've been gradually putting this to the ethos since the 1970s, probably 1960s when Flip Wilson was Geraldine.
Yeah,
So they've been working a plan for a minute, and they're like, okay, let's go, let's push it to the limit. I think it's that time. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm not mad at how they moving at all. I'm a fan of everything except the Tea part. And the only reason I don't like, well, it's a lot of reasons, but the main reason I don't like the Tees is because they liars, man.
Yeah.
Not only are you a liar, but you're lying to look and act like Keisha. I don't like Keisha. Why the fuck I like Keisha 2.0?
Right.
They're like, oh, that's nah, nigga, ain't because you suck dick, nigga. It's because you act like Keisha, nigga. I know.
Yeah. Now Keisha asking for help. She want people to stand up for her because the T's done pushed too far for her and made her uncomfortable. And now, they threaten it. They're telling them that they don't own the gateway to periods, and they whooping their asses at MMA fights and stuff. And it's like, no, this is what you guys wanted. Now you got to deal with the consequences. Now you got to accept that men are better at everything than you, even being you. They're winning Women of the Awards year, and there's been women who have been women all their lives can't win that award. They play themselves, and guess what? They got to live with it now.
Another ill that they get from the T's is the T's look like 1990s women. Well,
Right.
body wise, like all these chicks is, man, these little girls is big as shit.
Huge.
Huge. These motherfuckers like 14, nigga, bigger than me, wider than me. I'm like, this bitch like Brian Urlacher. The boy's skinny.
Big old shoulders.
The boy's skinny though. The girl's small as shit.
Yeah. Yeah. They all look like wrestlers.
So now you got a
Walking
man
around with
just like a woman.
leotards on.
Nigga, why? Why body bitches? Shaped like refrigerator boxes.
Ain't no way a 15-year-old girl should be 180 or 200 pounds, but you got them walking around looking like that nowadays.
Bigger than me. I should never have to look up literally at a 15-year-old girl. She shouldn't be like an inch taller than me and got me about 30 pounds and you 15.
Right.
Ain't no way.
Man, I'm not gonna share it here, but I put this in Ed's Discord probably like a year ago. One of my cousins went to his prom, and he's a regular looking 15-year-old dude. He looked like 5'8", 120 pounds of muscle. You know what I mean? Like just one of those guys, wide receiver. His girlfriend looked like a 37-year-old baby mama. Like,
Wow.
she had the big old sloppy titties. She was 16. But she had the big wide hips, wide belly, big floppy titties. And I was like, God damn, man. He's a pause. No Mo, but he's a good looking kid. He's varsity on his team. He's doing his thing. And he picked her because I know she has all the figures. Maybe she treats him right. But I was like, God damn, this is what you're with. It made me sad because I mean, this is when you're going to be at the peak of your physical powers. Is that like 16 to 26? You might get to hone in and carry it on to about 30, 31. But this is what you're going to be with. This is who you're going to maybe lose your virginity to. Maybe have one of your first relationships with.
He went on prom with practice pussy?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Man, shit, I thought about that earlier today.
I have to dig it up. I could probably find the picture. Give me a few minutes. I'll see if I can find it. And I'll black out the faces too. I'll black out the face.
Earlier today, I watched it was a video. It said, "Oh, black women were thin in like the 60s, 70s, 80s." I was like, man, I graduated in '92. Black girls look good.
Yeah, I mean,
black girls looked good.
Yeah.
Okay, Freeman, we're around the same age if you graduated in '92. Do you remember back in the day, and Dirty, you ain't that far off from us. You remember back in the day, everybody knew the fat kids in school because it wasn't that many of them.
Right. It was
now,
and women did their hair.
Fat kids. Yeah.
Women did their hair.
Y'all on the panel. When I say this, I sound mean. I know I don't be making this up. Look, here's the thing, man. When and they got, I told people all the time, man, it started happening in 2008, 2009. I remember the day they got fat. I was there when they had the fat was happening. 2009, Michael Jackson just died. The reason I remember Michael Jackson just died is because driving through downtown Chicago, we have these walls that they paint as billboards for certain things, right? And there was this huge wall on our Circle Interchange downtown, and it said Beatles now on iTunes. Because remember, right after Mike died, his mom sold the catalog to Sony.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah.
So like 2 or 3 months after Mike died, they had this big billboard that said the Beatles now available on iTunes. So I remember that as the landmark, but I was riding with my dad. Me and my dad was driving. My dad listened to Liberal Radio, right? What was it? Not PBS. What's the name of it?
NPR?
NPR. Listen to NPR. We ride in the car. It's like 5 a.m. We ride in the car, listen to NPR, and they were talking about how the fat feminist successfully sued Mattel because Barbie gave a false representation of beauty. And I said, Pop, we just lost a gender war. And he laughed like, what you mean? I said, Pop, when fat chicks, when they just sue to be fat, we just lost, bro. So notice when the girls started getting big, 2013, 2014. Because I remember, I'm not proud of this, but I did it. I remember in 2000, I want to say like 2006, 2007. I was in my 20s, bro. I was like 26. I was like 28, something like that. Bro, I remember going out with a 16-year-old girl, and, and bro, I didn't know she was 16. I didn't know she was 16 since she got naked. I was like, damn, them titties perfect. I've seen this before. Like, damn, I ain't seen titties since high school. I'm like, Shorty, how old are you? See, that's the danger of fucking girls the first day too, because you don't know shit. They don't know shit. I don't know shit. We just freestyling life. Damn, ass look like the letter C. I'm like, damn, my body firm. It's been a minute since I saw this shit. But in clothes, she looked like she was like 22. She was cute. Bad. So that's when they going through the thick phase. You know what I'm saying? In the 2000s, they was going through the thick phase where they just look grown until you go to court and they got pigtails and a, you know what I'm saying, pepper
Right.
form on. Then all of a sudden, they just went from thick to sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga. I remember that shit, nigga. Tripping on me, nigga. I remember the day they got fat, nigga. I was right there, nigga. Listen to it on the radio when they sued to be fat. I said, motherfucker.
Come on. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, there was a case in the UK where a clothing manufacturer got like sued or got in some legal issue because they were advertising on buses, women in bikinis on like a bus ad. Just a woman in a bikini and then fat girl sued. I was like, what?
No, you know who gangsters? Shout out to the Olympics, man. Shout out to the Olympic Council, bro. Shout out to them. First of all, let me explain something to y'all. Because we were talking about black women don't understand what teamwork is, but white women do. I have favorite sports. There are sports that women do that I like better than men. Several, right? Lingerie football, I like it better than the NFL.
Yeah.
I like women's gymnastics better than men's gymnastics, even though I know men's gymnastics is more difficult. I like synchronized swimming. Women's synchronized swimming. I ain't really big on the dude. I like women's tennis more than men's tennis. There's certain things that I love women's volleyball better than men's volleyball.
Me too.
What all those things have in common are women in G strings going for it all. The Olympic Committee sued Sweden because Sweden tried to put their girls in like shorts or leggings or some shit. And they was like, nah, you got to be damn near naked to play in this sand, or y'all gonna have to forfeit the Olympics. And they tried to sue the Olympics, and the Olympics like, nigga, what the Olympics? You can't sue us, bitch. Hey man, shout out to the Olympics, man. Because once girls start, the more clothes girls put on, the worse they get as human beings, bro. The Olympics got that one right. Olympics got that one right. Look at the WNBA. They wear boy shorts. They suck.
Man. All of them look like guys that you would beat up back in the day for talking too much.
Facts. What's that other girl basketball league when they out there in G strings and bras or topless or some shit? That's a
Oh, I
great
ain't seen
sport.
that one.
That's a great sport. And what's so crazy is all the girls in that league is fat bitches. But I would rather watch a fat topless bitch than watch a masculine dyke miss layups. I mean, the fat girls is missing layups too, but it's more entertaining.
Right.
There's nothing girls do with clothes on that's intrinsically good because girls don't like clothes. Y'all do understand that, right? All
Pretty much. They don't.
all girls are bored.
First, Halloween is coming up, and everybody, all the women are gonna be a slutty something.
Yeah. Women will pay $3,000 for a full length dress that has a hole from the back and the front and no panties with a split that goes up the middle and act like it's a mistake they on the red carpet showing their cooter.
Right.
Girls don't like clothes. I don't know. Men try to put clothes on women for modesty's sake. Women want to be naked in Old Navy flip flops, and that's what I want for them. I want them to be in a natural aura. without any male supervision though, because they fucking up male protection. Just walk outside naked around all these crazy ass niggas and go get your little blunts and your little barefoot wine. Just go ahead. They say no shirt, no shoes, no service. Don't worry about that shirt. Put on some shoes though. And go your ass to the store. See what happens.
You know, that whole protection thing. You just brought up that protection thing, and I tell guys all the time, it's not protection from danger before danger happens. It's protection from the results of bad choices, and it's protection from conflicts that they start and that they want to win. That's the protection that they want. They don't want real protection. They don't want protection from deterrence. Hey, don't walk down a dark alley at night at 2 in the morning with a skirt with no panties on and $5,000 in your little bitty bag because something might happen to you. They don't want the deterrence. They want you to protect them as they walk down the alley with no drawers on, a mini skirt, $5,000 in their little handbag. That's what they want.
I agree with that. And now notice two people are following them and then dunk behind a dumpster to take a peek. I get it. Girls are dumb. There are no smart women. You know what? I call them articulate idiots. However, I'm gonna have to steal this from Jap. Jap says they interview well. And I can go with that too, because they're articulate idiots. There's a problem. Black men have a problem compartmentalizing women because they compartmentalize everything else in life. You know what your budget is. An irresponsible dude is always going to be an irresponsible dude. We all know that, right? We all got a cousin that go in and out of the jail. We all got a cousin that's a pothead. We all know these people. You know what I'm saying? You know who you can trust unsupervised in your house. You know. But when it comes to women, you bring some of the most dangerous creatures on earth into your home and give them raw meat and hope for the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. The whole pregnancy thing that they don't like the birth control. They want the raw meat, and then they want you to help them deal with the consequences after they get that raw meat injection. They don't want the condoms. They don't want the birth control because that's deterrence. They don't want the deterrence part. They want the protection after the bad consequence happened. That's why they were so bent out of shape about abortion. That's why they, the whole child support thing. Well, we made this child together. No, bitch, it's your body, your choice. Remember,
Not
I
only that,
told you.
but you know that come
I
down to
told
girls.
you I wanted to wear a condom. I tried to put the condom on. You told me to take it off because you liked the meat.
Hey, you know what? Fuck, it's her kid or my kid. It's not our kid. Fuck her life. What I'm saying is, you know that happens because they can't count, right?
Yeah.
This is a true story. I've been doing this for 20 years now. 20 years. 25. Since I was a teenager. That's what I've been doing. I ask a girl, when does your period come on? Like, what day does your period come on? I don't know. Okay, what day did it come on last month? I don't know. I have to ask a bitch, what were you wearing the last time your period came on? So she can remember what outfit she had on so she can count when the fuck her period come on. Then I gotta go on Google and pull up the fertilization chart to figure out because they only get pregnant 5 days a month to figure out
Yeah.
what 5 days is the days that I ain't fucking with you. And then I gotta tell you when your ovulation cycle is because you a dumb bitch. You done had your pussy your whole life. Ain't learned how to wash it or nothing. Like I gotta tell you everything because girls don't know shit. Girls
No,
don't know
no, 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 no. I gotta add this, man. If you look at the literature on most birth control, pills, shots, insertions, copper tubes, all that stuff, they are all 100% effective, but they cannot legally say that because the women's incompetence and ignorance leads for them to fail. So they have to say they're 99.9, 99.7% effective. But if you
They
take that
can't.
pill every single day, you will not have a child. It will prevent that from happening. Women weaponize their incompetence to make you the victim of their desire to have a child. They do that all the time. And I know this because I talked to my grandfather about how that he planned out the family with his wife. They knew, they
Pretty much.
knew 60 years ago, this you do the rhythm method, and then about 4 to 5 days a month, if you're gonna have sex, you wear the condom during those days. And then because you track her cycle and she helps you with that. And they planned out, they had their kids, and they didn't have any more than they wanted, they didn't have any fewer.
This is why I say there's no such thing as an accidental pregnancy. There is no such thing as a woman not knowing that she was pregnant or was going to give birth. They know what it is. They depend on tapping into your emotions and male stupidity and naiveness.
Freeman ain't shit. I just want to say that before I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all this, man. But Freeman ain't. You know,
Mm. Was she like 17, 20? Like,
17,
they,
40.
this thread, some chick said, I'm 5'4", 125 pounds. Y'all have no business being 150 to 190. So what was it?
bullshit.
A whole bunch of big chicks clap back like, I look good.
Y'all have to read
Bullshit.
5
Man.
through 210. 5 through 210. 210 playing football in college, nigga. 5 through 210. You're at the club in college playing halfback. How the fuck is it? You know what? God bless.
Ain't
I,
nobody ever,
I
ain't
when I
nobody
look
ever
when I look at
carried
that
them chicks
woman,
across the threshold.
no, when I look at that woman and those nails, I think she just wiped her ass. She took all those shit flakes after she washed her hands. Maybe she wiped them through her hair and then maybe touched up her eyebrows. She's just
Ooh,
covered with particles of shit. Like
All right.
it's horrible.
5
ooh.
through 200. What's this? 5'4", 200 plus. What's the plus, bitch? Talking about 5'4", 200 plus. Plus what? 'Cause you ain't.
225.
Is that a vape? I don't know.
Right, but if you saw that stomach, you know it looked like crumpled up tissue paper.
I
Just
ain't putting on
nasty.
stomach. I ain't tripping on stomach. She got big tatas. Shout out to my boy.
Yeah, they probably look like pudding in a jar, just
Yeah.
all melted up against the glass.
I got a fat phobia. I've been off her, bro. I got a fat phobia. I'm trying to figure out if this green thing is a vape. I'm concentrating on this right here. Like, yo, what's that? I don't know what that is. It looked like a vape though. She doing dabs or something. That's why she's so big. She always got the munchies. I can't look
Yeah.
at it. I got fat phobia, bro.
Despicable.
And that's nigga. That's that Barbie, bro. And how Barbie get a movie after they sued Barbie? How they gonna sue Barbie for being pretty? They didn't give her a movie.
Barbie got to pay that money.
Barbie on the stroll.
Yeah. Barbie got to pay that settlement money.
Man, look.
How did Lizzo get sued for sexual harassment? That one right there, by some broads. That one right there. That
Like, what
and for fat shaming. Lizzo got
It's
something
the
for fat
fat shaming
shaming.
for me, bro. It's the fat shaming for me.
one more dirty. Hit that last link I put in there.
I don't know. I'm scared, bro. I was ignoring you. I can't.
It's like I got good blood work.
Oh. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all, man. But I'm gonna tell you what I'm mad about on this picture. I'm gonna show you this picture. I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad, son. Hold on. Let me see if I can make it bigger real quick. This is why I'm mad, son. I mean, we're not even gonna act like she in the gym actually working out. Don't worry about that part.
Where's the sweat stains?
She got cheese. She got cottage cheese. I don't care about none of that because fat girls gonna do what fat girls do. 5 feet, buck 80. Yeah, you're a big girl, but all right, cool. This is what's pissing me off. I lift and do a 12-minute mile. Oh, okay. All right. I don't even know if 12 minutes good for a girl.
It's on the lower end. I mean, I don't know how old she is, but let's say she's 30. If she's 30 years old, she's 5 feet, 180. She's at the lower end on that.
I don't care about that. I'm talking about, I don't know if the 12-minute mile. Because I remember running a 4.5 minute mile
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
I was
What?
when I was-
21, 22. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
doing that too.
on-
I was a different person back then.
Right. I was in my prime. You know what I'm saying? 8-pack. I ain't even had a 6-pack. I had an 8-pack. Used to wear the
Yeah.
toe up t-shirts only cover your nipples, but your abs. Still different times. But 12 minutes. That sound kind of sound.
I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think she runs 20-minute mile, and she does it walking half the time.
I believe that too. I believe that.
Yeah.
Too. Okay. Then she said her BP runs around 98/60. That's not good. And cholesterol. This is what I'm pissed about right here. Triglycerides.
Mm.
I don't like black women that use words with more than 3 syllables because they don't know what they mean. Anyway, how the fuck her cholesterol and triglycerides look amazing? Hold on, let me this fucking liar. Why do girls lie about obvious shit? Can I make this bigger? Are they gonna let me be great? They're not gonna let me be great. Maybe I gotta come the other way with it. I don't know which way I gotta come with. Go this way with it. Look at this cheese curd. You're telling me that
Call that cheese curd.
it is cheese curd.
Her fat is literally forming what looks like the muscle on her quadriceps.
That's
On
curd.
that right thigh. Look at that right thigh.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, the one
look.
that she's putting all her weight on. No, the other one.
Oh,
Not
that's
the one.
right there.
Look at that. That's what a healthy thigh looks like, but if it's all muscle. Hers is all fat. It's just
all
curdled
fat,
up
bro.
fried chicken, donuts, hot Cheetos, like Starbucks Frappuccinos. Like, think about all the shit that's curdled up on there.
Bro,
She's
it's
just
not
pushing down as much as she can to like position her thighs so they don't rub it together too much.
Tell me how this is good cholesterol, bro. Good cholesterol and good sugar levels. I know what the fuck triglycerol is. I know what glycerin is. Motherfucking 3 glycerins, bitch. Like, how? How, bro? How? How? Why they? How? Only black girls be fat as shit talking about they thick.
Because too many men accept it. Too many black men accept it.
They like it. These guys like it. Make no mistake, because you got guys
They get
right now.
used to it.
I look
They,
good.
they
Please
make,
go
they
ahead.
make.
Sorry, sir.
You got guys making comments on the thread, and you got guys in a DM. Oh, you so fine, queen. You so thick. I like them like that. I need me a woman with some meat on it. God, look, niggas are the garbage men of the planet. They like that.
Too many.
The huskier, the better. They like that. They like Jap say, a lot of guys are they basically like transgenders. They basically gay because they like women with the dimensions of a man. Big wide shoulders,
Not me.
waistline,
Mm-mm.
42 in the waist. They like that.
I know what you're talking about, though. I know a lot of guys who get those big back bitches, and I just can't do it, man.
Them
I
big
like a
stubby
woman
broad back
that
bitches.
I can throw on the bed. Like, I want to be able to pick her up and toss her. I want her at most 140 pounds.
Bro,
Like, that's
if I can't do
That's
the
not to say I haven't had some good big ones, but
bro,
they got to be charming as hell.
bro, I don't give a fuck. She can have the charm of mother. No. I'm not. I ain't gonna say I never took down a big girl, but I never admit it. But
I've had two in 20 years. 2 in 20 years. And I think they were both very lovely girls, and they were very accommodating to everything I needed to have go on.
I
But
have
they
had,
didn't make demands like these type of chicks would.
bro, I've had more sexy women with horrible hygiene pull down their pants and flies came out, and I just held my nose, was like, "Fucking, I'm going for it."
Mm.
I've had more bad hygiene sexy than I have feathers.
That's rough.
No,
That
bro,
is
I'm
that
just
is
fat. I'm
rough.
not going. I'm not going. I got to go. Like, or you gotta go. Oh, I'm not going.
I
That
didn't,
is rough.
man. I don't fuck with a girl who told me she was on her period, and I ain't believe her. I was like, let me see, and I felt in her panties for a string or something. She had no pad on. I was like, I ain't got no fucking. You ain't on your period. I don't feel no string. And then you know you pull it and play it off and smell your finger. And my finger, that motherfucker felt so rotten. But I was like, I'm still gonna fuck this chick. So when you slide down, I was like, you know what, Shorty? I was like, man, I was like, man. I was like, man, I got a cold, I got an infection. I was like, I gotta go get some my medicine from Walgreens. I went to Walgreens, bought 2.69 Walgreens brand douches. You know what I'm saying? Paid for them, whatever. Put them in my stuffed them in my pocket though, so she couldn't see what I came out the store with. You know what I'm saying? At the time I lived on the lakefront. I lived on Sheridan. Man, I told her, I was like, Shorty, let's walk on the beach and just talk, because I was trying to get her feet dirty. Then I let her come to my crib. I was like, Shorty, you can't walk through my crib with all that sand on your feet. You gotta take a shower. As soon as she got in the shower, I was like, hey, my ex-girlfriend left 2 bottles of douche. You should use both of these real quick.
just fucking hose her down in the yard. Just take it all off. We're just gonna.
Look, I ain't shit. I ain't never claimed to be shit though. Look, most guys shit on they friends and try to save a hoe nigga. I shit on these hoes and try to save the bros, man. Look. But here's my thing, man. What other purpose did she have? You know what I'm saying? I did her a favor. I did her a favor, man.
That's crazy.
So now she give a shower and a douche. Now you a clean bitch. I saved you. I should get a medal.
Y'all see that chick that said she only take a shower once a year?
Ugh.
Got on social media and said that. Said if you take a shower more than once a year, you're gonna dry up like a rock. I said,
Dry up.
meanwhile, you walking around here smelling like a wet turd.
Bro,
Ugh.
I'm telling you, these girls, they don't know how they body work. They don't know nothing about nothing. They don't know nothing. Their mothers didn't teach them nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Mom kept all of that stuff to herself until it was eventually forgotten, and now you got 3 generations of funky booty hoes, all smelling like 12-year-old boys. Rough.
I ain't showing this shit. This nigga sent me a picture of a Puerto Rican Michael Jackson big bitch. Dead ass, man. She get on Michael Jackson. I'm gonna show y'all, man. I wasn't gonna show y'all, but I'm gonna show y'all. Because if I had to see it, y'all gotta see. I'm about to block Freeman. He showed me to send one of these more of these goddamn videos.
Freeman over there wilding out.
Shit.
It's just so pervasive in society, bro. It's just like
But bro,
just
you
big
know how
and
wild it is?
nasty and don't care. And you know what? Know why they're big and nasty and don't care is because they're throwing away the vagina, right? That is part and parcel, right? If they weren't throwing it away, nobody would touch them.
It's a
You know what I'm
girdle
saying?
into the pants, bro. The pants is the girdle, bro.
That belt is holding it all back. It's
Help
holding it
me,
all back.
bro.
That thing is steel reinforced on the
About
inside.
to pop out like
Oh, yeah.
Slimer coming out of the ghost trap.
Everything is padded. The bra padded, which
Springs
means the titties gonna touch the girdle, bro.
Bing, 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 bing. The springs will just pop out and
And
shoot
this-
somebody in the eyeball.
And she took the
She
picture.
just-
Like she about to go out on the town. Like this is she G'd up, nigga. She done stuffed everything in this little plastic hefty bag.
A lot of women, you could just get them on like a good diet plan, and they wouldn't even be that sad. 30 minutes of cardio, 30 minutes of weights every day, 5 days a week, maybe 3 at the very lowest. And she would change. She would actually look pretty good if she did that. But she
Her look
refuses to.
stupid.
But going back to what I said earlier, some black dude named Melvin, some black dude named Ricky is going. He going
Yeah.
regardless.
No. He's diving in there face first,
Yep.
right into the fupa, just
Nigga,
My
that's
smothering
queen.
himself
hey, that
right
is
into the
like going
crease.
from jail. I need somewhere to parole pussy, bro. There's no way I would commit
That's
without a
somebody's
parole.
grandma.
I don't look. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna pull the picture back up. I'm about to reevaluate my opinion based on what you just said. Just totally based on what you just said. No.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna keep because I'm gonna be fair, man. I'm gonna be fair. If this young lady right here, what I don't know about young, if this lady right here is somebody's grandma, right? And you cuffed her at 20 and y'all done rolled out the last 18, 20 years together, and that's what she is, but you can look at her and be like, yo, because you know when you with a girl, you remember when you met her, right? If I still see that beautiful 20-year-old girl every time I look at my 41-year-old wife, stuffing everything into a Michael Jackson beat it outfit, that's cool. If I see her on Tinder, that's a whole different situation, bro. The
Yep.
problem the problem is they don't want to take dating seriously until they look like this. That's the problem. But I can't speak for her. I'm just saying in general. Like they don't want a relationship until they can no longer get free lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they notice they're getting less attention, so it's like, oh, I gotta lock somebody down now. Too late. They got a dumpster dive for a dude.
Yeah, they got to cash in.
As they should. Since they want to be a man, they got to do what old men do when they want young pussy. They got to do the same thing.
Yep. All right, guys, I got to get off here, man. I got to get some sleep. Y'all take it easy.
Oh snap! It's 1:30.
Hey, Dirty, I appreciate you letting me on.
Oh man,
Nice talking with you. I'm Jules and Freeman. You my guy. Freeman, you a wild boy.
I want him to be game banging on the weekend.
Hey, later.
All right, later.
Yeah, I heard you be game banging on the weekends with the Vatos. You only be game banging with the blacks. I heard you with the Vatos.
Órale.
Hey,
Oh man.
I got about 10 more minutes in me. I chill for 10 more minutes before I get off. I'm kind of waiting for my Candy Crush game to reset. Man, if y'all still with us, man, like the stream, man. Like the stream, man.
Dirty, I'm gonna let you go because obviously
you ain't giving the picture, man. You ain't even show us.
I can't find it. I'm looking, man. I'm looking through my archive and I'm looking through Ed's server, Discord server. I cannot find it. But I'll find it over the next few days, and next time you do one of these open panel type of things, I'll have it. But I cannot find it to save my ass. But I want to say, keep doing your thing, man. You speak a truth that a lot of men need to hear in a way that it's funny. Like Robin Harris used to be funny. He would say the truth in a way that people really found funny, but they didn't understand the truth behind it. But keep doing your thing, man, because I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you saying that. You know what's crazy what you just said though? With the exception of Patrice O'Neal, everybody that all the real truth tellers are from Chicago. Robin Harris, Bernie Mac,
Mac,
Corey Holcomb.
Yeah, Bernie Mac is a true comedian, entertainer's entertainer. He knew the history of Hollywood. Like, there's a good interview of him on Charlie Rose. That dude knew more about Hollywood than he did. Like he just broke it down to the nth degree. Like a lot of these guys know their shit, but they just get seen as being a funny man, but they don't get to be seen as intelligent men. who understand the industry they're trying to dominate.
But
Bernie
maybe I
Mac
should
did it.
ask the truth teller though. Only the court jester can tell the truth in times of turmoil.
Yeah, or you get your ears cut off and your tongue cut out. Anyway, sir, y'all, you have a good night. Freeman, I'll see you around.
All right, later, Jules.
Yeah, man.
All right, Dirty, I'm about to head out too. I got to get up and get that grill ready. But yeah, good talking to you.
You just reminded me, man. Hold on, they ain't bring me. Damn, I've been here for a minute, bro. It's 12:30 my time, man. I was gonna call this motherfucker at 10 o'clock and ask for the tequila and the plate at, man. They went to a cookout. I didn't go. They had just bought a bottle. I was like, bring back the bottle. Damn, they don't love me. My friends don't love me.
All right, Dirty, you stay up.
All right, man.
Later.
Man, look, everybody left me. I'm gonna before I go, man, because like I said, I had 10 more minutes in me. I'm just waiting for my Candy Crush to reset because I'm not sleepy. Probably because I'm too sober because I ain't had no goddamn tequila. I want to show you guys one thing though that somebody had earlier that that caught my attention. That I said to myself, I said, man, this only happens on the internet. Well, you could say only in America. Da 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 da. Hold on one second. Yeah, I'm not gonna show that. Where we at? Here we go. Here we go. So apparently, women want to be passport sisters, and they want to go to other countries and find a husband because they think American men aren't good men. You know, because whatever, right? Whatever reason. And I'm gonna just show this because Friedman showed us all them fat chicks, and they kind of go with that thing. Got to use the voice.
I speak 6 languages, have 2 master's degrees. I paid for my international apartment in cash. I guess I must be hideous because I've been here for almost 8 months and have yet to be asked out for a date. Every time a Serbian guy thinks I'm not good enough for him, I just remember he probably makes less than $500 a month. And then I don't feel like complete trash.
And then dude replied, 500 a month, but they still have standards. That's hilarious. Wait. It gets worse because they about to talk bad about y'all American men. Because even though they can't get a man anywhere else, they still gonna argue about your American men.
I said, lives in Belgrade for a year, has 3 dates total, all of which did not go beyond the first date because I wasn't attractive enough. Visit the USA for 2 weeks, constantly complimented and asked out despite wearing sweatpants and a face mask. It's not me, my dudes. LOL. I'm still caught up on the fact that everyone in Serbia thinks I'm disgustingly fat and hideous. But in the USA, I can't turn a corner without someone desiring me. Media makes American beauty standards seem so shallow, but they're nothing compared to where I'm going back to.
Let me explain something to you guys. I'm outro on this. Let me explain something to you guys. A lot of places still go off of religious morals, right? When they date for purpose. They date to find a spouse. They sleep around with who they sleep around with, and they got designated places for that. But if they're really going to take a woman seriously, they want her to share the same culture, the same religious beliefs, the same cultural beliefs. It just makes it easy, right? The transition. When she comes to America, she thinks American men don't have standards, and a lot don't have standards for who they'll sleep with, but they have standards of who they'll be with. So once again, Tyler's mistake attention for interest. He ain't got to be interested. Do you know how many girl? I just told y'all a story. I just got a girl a motherfucking 69 cent bottle of douche. You think I'm interested in cuffing a bitch that I got a bad douche for? No. Me being interested in sleeping with you doesn't mean that I will. Well, me giving you sexual attention doesn't mean I have a long lasting interest in you. American women are have been conditioned to be transactional, but they haven't been. They don't have a price. Men create the price, right? This is something that you gotta understand. Men create the price for vagina. When women had pimps in the 1980s, sex cost $200, which in today's money would be close to 1,000, 900, something like that. For one shot of ass, one shot, $200 in 1980s money. Women sell their own pussy, $40. And men had to come up with the $40 price. Cause honestly, when they was making their own prices, they was doing it for $6, nigga. A bag of weed and a blunt. Men control the price. I'm telling guys to bring the price down. Don't try to outbid your brother. Bring the price down. The fact that you pay for vagina that God gave them freely, but you don't value your dick that God gave you freely, and your dick is so valuable that girls will go to the sex store and buy a fake dick. Dick is so important. That's how important dick is. That they'll go buy imitation dick and imitation tongues to try to replace you with battery operated things. That's how important dick is. But you're not charging her for dick. She obviously buying dick. She paying $200 for a fake dick. She can't buy the organic. Don't organic cost more than artificial? But since y'all ain't really got the courage to charge her for the dick like she buy other dicks, at least bring the price down if you're gonna pay her for free shit. Because nobody else want these bitches. Passport. Even though I don't believe in leaving anywhere to pursue a woman, when you go out of town, whether you're going to Brazil or whether you're taking a trip to Six Flags, if you see girls there, they're going to sleep with you. Any girl outside a 50-mile radius of where you from, you new meat, and she gonna sleep with you. Women, not so much. What women are looking for from men is not just sex because they don't care about their body. The things that the values they're looking for men, the protection, the provision, the being a carpenter, being a pest remover, being a tutor to the kids, being a coach, being her instructor, because girls always swear to God they want a man they can learn from. So everything that makes you intrinsically you, that's what they want. Outside just the sex. They want all of that. It's hard for them. They can't get what they looking for. And no matter what country they travel to, they're not gonna get what they looking for. Because they can't pay the toll. They can't pay the price for that. Especially outside of America where men don't know his worth. Patrice O'Neal said something one time I thought was the dopest shit ever. They asked him why he kept going down to Brazil and going to Britain to hook up with girls. Why didn't he just hook up with girls in America? And Patrice O'Neal said, and I'm paraphrasing, he said, man, because we're Superman. But these American bitches are kryptonite that keep you being Clark Kent. And you got to leave America every once in a while to remember that you're Superman. So you can come back and realize what it is that you're dealing with. When I tell y'all men are awesome, the first time I said that, man, I was just saying it. Because men are awesome. And then people started inboxing me like, bro, I've never heard anybody say that. I'm like, you have never heard anybody say that you awesome before. Nobody has ever told you that you great. Nobody's ever told you that the 10,000 hours that you put in on your craft so you could be the best version of yourself was worth something. Nobody ever gave you credit for you being a master of whatever it is that you're a master of. Even if you just master video games, your ass went on Twitch and got rich off that shit. Like, nobody gave you credit for being awesome, but they taking everything from you that makes you awesome and not replenishing you with nothing. They not paying you to be stepdaddy. They pay the babysitter. They're not paying you for that dick. They pay Lover's Lane. They ain't paying you to listen to their motherfucking problems and not want no solution to them. All these bitches going to counseling. It's a motherfucking Better Health commercial on YouTube every time I watch a video. They paying for counselors and psychiatrists. They don't pay you for all the shit that you bring to the fucking table. Do you know your worth? Anyway, man. As always, man. I appreciate everybody that slid through. I appreciate the likes, man. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, especially this late, bro. I appreciate the cash apps and the super chats, man. I love y'all for that, man. Love your brothers as you love yourself. Feed the pack. Stop arguing with girls online. Don't get no more free arguments, dog. No more free arguments. If this bitch can't fuck you, don't argue with her. That bitch know what the fuck. No more free arguments. Starve these bitches from attention. They want to starve pussy. You starve attention. No more free arguments. Feed the pack. Try buck.
Chill. You're one of the top 6 speakers of the past 8 years, but I hated you at first. Could you please mention the Dirty Folks podcast? Thank you, Lord Charles. Dirty Folks.
And see, I find it to be hilarious because even if I did behave like a teenager, I would be ahead of a lot of these B-dubs that want to make these comments because a lot of you behave like toddlers. Shout out to my man, Dirty Folk.
And it's because y'all niggas don't support. Y'all do support. Y'all support titties and pussy. Hey, shout out to Dirty Folks.
Men have sort of quietly begun to agree that even the most like off the wall extreme advice or takes that you get from some random guy on the internet is more useful than anything allegedly profound that you would hear from a trained black female professional. All right, like look, let's take a perfect example of this, right? The idea of Dirty Folks when he come up and he says like women with clothes on, that is a way more useful notion to frame your mental state around than anything your black female therapist would ever tell you. Cause she's a woman with clothes on. Why the fuck would you listen to her? Like when he says that, it makes sense in a way that it just appeals to you. And it's something that your black female therapist could never match.
Yo, Tribesman, the daycare is too influential to be so small. Do your big homie a favor, man. Like, sub, share, clip. I know I got at least 10 bars that can change somebody's life, man. Help me to help my brother. Love each other as you love yourself.